Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final game of the regular season. The Lovington Wildcats taking on the Portales Rams. The winner will be the district champion. I'm TJ Miracle from high above Greyhound Stadium here in Portales. Don Morgan joining us fieldside. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing tonight. So here is our situation tonight as we get underway. Both teams come in at 2-0 on the district season. The winner is going to be the district champion, but there is a lot more on the line and at stake for that tonight. The Rams come in ranked number 2 currently in Class 4A. The Cats come in ranked number 4. So in addition to being the district champion, the winner of this game more than likely will get a bye in the first round of the playoffs, while the loser will have to play a home game. And there's all kinds of scenarios that we can go through on that. This is your Stone Oilfield Services pregame show here on Z94 KZOR. And we are live here tonight. Of course, Stone Oilfield Services, anywhere in southeast New Mexico, West Texas. If you need oilfield services, the good folks at Stone Oilfield Services will take care of you. And they're proud supporters of the Lovington Wildcats and Lee County Athletics. So a lot on the line here tonight, Don Morgan, on what's finally feeling like a fall football night.
Yeah, and it is definitely chilly, but it's not very windy right now, and that's a very good thing. But yeah, everybody's got jackets and/or coats, and even some neckwear, headgear. And it's if you're down here on the field, if you're in the stands, maybe things are you're a little sheltered here and there, but it's definitely very chilly here on the sideline at the field. So looking good. I was watching, of course, both teams warming up and knowing that they've got to both be feeling some butterflies, because everything in the season has led up to this game tonight right here. It's the big one. It's the one that counts. There's no getting around it. And let's hope. I think whatever team comes in able to manage their nerves the best, the fastest, from the outset, is definitely going to get the leg up on this one. And let's hope it's our Lovington Wildcats. They have yet to beat Portales, for the district championship. And Portales had a couple of years a little bit down from not as strong as we're used to seeing, but they're back. And they're back with a vengeance this year. And both these teams come in with 2-0 records. So it's going to be a big clash, a big battle on the field tonight. Let's hope it lives up to that. What we want to see is a good competitive game. On both sides, we want to see good play. We want those teams to play up to the challenge and up to each other tonight.
Well, absolutely. And, we mentioned there is a lot on the line. And I know we'll talk about it as we move through the game tonight. Of course, both these teams, top 4 teams in the state. I mean, if the playoffs were to start tomorrow and they were to take those rankings, both of these teams would have a bye. I don't think that is going to stay that way for the Lovington Wildcats. And again, I have learned my lesson. I learned it years ago, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try and guess what the NMAA is going to do. If Lovington wins tonight, I think they're probably going to be seeded 3rd or 4th and will get the bye. Portales would probably drop down to 5th, although they're depending on what happens in some of the other games in the West and in the North tonight, Portales could stay at the number 4 seed even if Lovington were to win tonight. Now, if Portales wins tonight, you've got kind of a double-edged sword for Lovington. Yes, Portales is strong, and they are 8-1 on the season. Portales would probably stay seated right at number 2, barring an upset up north tonight. But if Lovington were to win, of course, we mentioned, probably 3 or 4, and Portales probably 4 or 5, and then, or, depending on a lot of things. But if Lovington were to lose, I think in a competitive game, just because of the records of some of the other teams and the other teams in the state and 4A that will be district champions, Lovington, I'm going to go with my gut here, and I'm going to say is going to fall somewhere around 6-7 if they lose in a close game. If Lovington were to lose in a blowout, which I certainly hope we don't see tonight, I think they could drop down to the 8, 9, or 10, depending on what goes on. Now, there is pretty much just looking at things in the playoff rankings and the standings around the state. I think there's probably 11 teams that have punched their way in already. I would think Lovington, and just because of the NMAA rules, Lovington would have to go in over Albuquerque Academy, who's playing Bernalillo tonight, and they're in a dogfight with St. Pius and Grants, and there's one other that escapes me at the moment. No, Bloomfield's like number one in the state.
Right.
Yeah, they're number 3 right now.
Yeah,
Bloomfield's probably going to win that district up north. But, yeah, St. Pius, Grants, and Bernalillo. Those are the 3 that are really fighting for that 12th spot. Of course, Lovington would be in front of all of them just based on record and strength of schedule and the coaches' vote and everything else that is in that. So a lot on the line tonight. Win, you've probably got a bye next week, and you get a home game in 2 weeks, which is what ultimately Lovington would love to see, and they get to claim the district championship. Now, you mentioned earlier, Don, the Rams have been down the last couple of years under head coach Jaime Ramirez, but you got to remember the last 3 state champions are on this field tonight. Lovington winning the abbreviated spring 2021 season, even though they don't officially recognize that. It is a state championship. Then they won state last year. Now, in the pre-COVID season, so that would be the 2019 season, Portales was the state champion. So there's kids on both of these teams that know what it feels like to be a champ and know what it takes to get there.
Yeah, and as I said, everything in this season is leading up to this point. And boy, Lovington has had a rocky road that they have fought through and built a team up, through adversity, that murderous pre-district schedule. But it was with a purpose and intent to do just that, build them up and get them, confident and tough to this point tonight. They did their job last week. They did their job the week before last. I mean, they're coming off of a 3,
a 3 in a row wins.
Three in a row, momentum built up to tonight.
And pretty big wins.
Yeah, and so their confidence has got to be high, and that's always good. But they know they've got a battle coming into this one. So I think that, we can speculate, we can talk all about wins, losses, about the seeding and what may happen and what might not happen. I think for the team, I think that all they're concerned about is playing their best tonight and coming away with a win, going for the win tonight and leaving it all on the field. And let's hope that that we've got everybody tonight healthy and back, because we're going to need all of the weapons in Lovington's arsenal to throw at Portales.
Well, we are, and so far, I'm over on the home side, you're over on the visitor side. Looks like quite a good Lovington contingent has made the trip here to Greyhound Stadium in Portales, so there'll be a lot of blue and white on the visitor side. I can't see what it looks like over here, but being senior night, I'm guessing it's probably fairly
it's pretty populated. It's all spread out. This is a nice field. This is ENMU, Greyhound Field. So it's a very nice facility. But the people are kind of spread out. It's hard to get a really good idea of just how many there are. But yeah, they've had their senior night recognitions, I think, of the band and the cheerleaders. I don't know if they're doing the players at half or after the game. But this is, of course, senior night for them. So a little bit of an elongated, pregame and possibly halftime and even after the game. It's Lovington traveled well tonight, and we have, it looks like, the full contingency of cheerleaders, and the band is here as well. So I think we've definitely got the 12th man over here.
Now be careful, Texas A&M may sue you for that.
I know, the 12th man aspect. But we've got the fans, we've got the band, we've got the spirit, we've got the team. And I think here they come. And I think they know that everything they've worked for this season is leading to this. And they've got to bring it. They've got to show up. It's now. And let's hope that that's exactly what they're going to do tonight. They're going to have a battle on their hands, but I think that Lovington has dealt with with strong teams all season long, with adversity, and learned to rise above. And that's what we want to see tonight.
Well, you're absolutely.
Yeah, and I think if Portales may treat them a little too lightly, and if they come in and don't watch it, if Lovington is focused and they play really great focused football, 4 quarters of it, like we've seen the last couple of weeks, and Portales has got a lot on their hands too.
Well, you're absolutely right, and you mentioned last week Lovington getting the 43-14 victory over the Albuquerque Academy Chargers, and they did it with pretty much going old school. The Lovington run game came through with 322 yards in that ball game. They were led by Ashton Aranda, who had a 94-yard touchdown run. That was really the highlight of that game, but he had 144 yards on the ground on Dallas Cardenas, 57 yards and a touchdown before he went out a little bit banged up in the third quarter of that one. Alec Olguin taking over, doing some running in that one. He had 11 carries, 99 yards. I went back and I tried to find another yard, and I just couldn't. But I tried, but yeah, out 99 yards. And so that was just a huge game for the Wildcats last week. Ashton Aranda had kind of an up and down game. He was 10 of 20, 150 yards. He did have 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. So a very steady game. Of course, the last probably 4 or 5 years, we're used to Lovington pretty much just airing the ball out all the time. That's not what happened, and it's not really what's happened the last couple of weeks. And I admire Coach G and his coaching staff for seeing, okay, maybe our passing offense isn't as strong this season, and they're still trying it, they're still doing it, and that's perfectly okay, but they've realized that their running attack is much more potent than maybe it's been in a couple of years, and so they're using that more to their advantage.
Yeah, I think you look at your strengths, and sometimes when you get into the season, deep into the season, you realize, you look and you regroup sometimes. You think, you know what, this hasn't played out exactly like we think, so let's look at our strengths and be very honest and play to our strengths. And I think that's definitely what they've done. So they've got players who can definitely run with the ball, and Aranda is one of them. And
yeah,
Lovington is really, like last week, I love the way that they mixed things up. They did throw, but they also ran, and when they ran the design quarterback keeper, and even with a couple of broken plays, he's very effective. So I think you use what's effective, you use what works, and you use it until you just beat that horse till it's dead, and then you beat it some more.
Right,
both of these
teams have had very similar results against Albuquerque Academy and Bernalillo, with Portales beating Academy 42-7. Of course, we won 43-14. And then they beat Bernalillo 50-6. Our game wasn't quite that lopsided, but Coach G really took his foot off the gas in the second half of that one as the teams are out on the field. Lovington, of course, in the road whites, the white tops, the blue pants with the white helmets and cats in script. Portales in the home blacks, getting ready for the national anthem. So we will wrap up the Stone Oilfield Services pregame show. Come back with the kickoff. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. on a brisk Friday night in Roosevelt County. The district title and a bye in the first round is on the line. The Lovington Wildcats and the Portales Rams. The blue versus the red. Lee County versus Roosevelt County. Two teams that, frankly, don't like each other. In the annals of high school football, this will rank as one of the great rivalries. The Lovington Wildcats won the toss and have elected to receive 50 degrees at kickoff time, and we are ready to go. It is district championship time tonight here on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So Portales will tee it up at their 40-yard line, prepared to kick it away, and we are underway, and it'll be a squibber. Comes to one of the up men. Lovington will field it at the 30 to the 35, cutting back into traffic and pushing across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Pretty good return for the Wildcats. 1st and 10. Cats are 3-6 on the year, but more importantly, they are 2-0 in district, and Ashton Aranda will lead the troops out first. Don Morgan Field side, I'm TJ Miracle, high above Greyhound Stadium here in Portales. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. So 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 41-yard line. Lovington offense comes out first. And it looks like, Holguin going to split out to the left side. It'll be an empty set to start things off for Ashton Aranda. Ashton from the shotgun barks it out. Portales with 3 across the front. Good protection. Throw it underneath. It'll be complete across the 45. And no more than that to Weezer. So a 4-yard completion to Ryan. 2nd down and 6.
Still, I like it. It was crisp, and it was on target, and it gives Lovington forward momentum. They need to really make this drive count. Get out, get a score on the board. So important for them to set the tone, I think.
And they did a nice job on that play. The tackle made by Zane Mayberry, and he's going to be one of the offensive players to watch for Portales. Positive yardage, that's what you want. 2nd down and 6. Single back in the backfield with Aranda. Ashton barks it out, gets it, capes it himself, goes over right side and trips up. The turf monster got him as he crossed the 45, falls forward to about the 46 before one of the Rams falls on him. It'll be a pickup of 1 for Ashton, and now it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, shame. Just bad luck there. He had a few more yards in him for sure without that trip.
Like I said, I'm stealing this from our Texas Tech guys on Eagle 100.5. Right. The turf monster gets its first tackle of the night. So it'll be 3rd down and 5. Ball at the 46-yard line. Wildcats on the move. Trips left, 1 right. Single back in the backfield. Aranda waits for it. Portales shows blitz. Comes. Ashton sends it near side. Has a man across the 50 into Portales territory. That is number 87 for the Wildcats. That is Angel Gonzalez. So Gonzalez will have it. It'll move the chains. 1st down Cats as he picks up 7.
Nice. And again, got rid of it quickly, had good protection, and just a nice, crisp, sharp, clean play.
First down of the ball game. Lovington into Portales territory. Spotted at the Ram 47-yard line. 1st and 10 Wildcats. Just underway. 10:20 remaining. First quarter. Lovington on their opening drive. Twins left, twins right from the near hash mark. Send a man in motion, left to right. They will pitch it to the motion man. That is Ochoa. He's got a little seam, but it closes quickly as he hits the 45. It'll be a 2-yard pickup for Kamen as one of the linebackers was.
That was Tommy Lopez.
Came out of nowhere and knocked down Kamen on the end around. So a pickup of 2, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Portales, I'm noticing already that their linebacking core is much quicker and more athletic than they were a year ago.
Yeah, exactly. Lopez really just sprinted, came out of nowhere and got him.
Lovington going max protect this time. Portales shows blitz, single receiver to the right, and there is a deep back with Aranda. Going to pitch it to that deep back. That is Ochoa on the sweep left side, crosses the 45 down to about the 44-yard line. Nice. It'll be a pickup of 4 for Kamen, and it'll make it 3rd down and a pretty manageable about, we'll call it 4. So 3rd and 4, an important 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats here early on their opening possession. Of course, no score, just underway. First quarter, 9 minutes remaining. So far, district championship on the line. Lovington's offense gets first crack at it. Twins left, twins right. Ochoa in the backfield with Aranda from the Rams' 42-yard line. Good snap, Ashton with it. Back to pass, slings it out. Ochoa has it across the 40. He spins out of a tackle, goes across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 9 and move the chains. First down, Cats.
Like clockwork. And I like it that Lovington is just playing. They're sharp. They're executing so well. And so this is what they've got to do, is play pretty clean tonight. Can't be shooting themselves in the foot with penalties. They've just got to move the chains, just keep rolling forward.
Yeah, too many penalties last week. I think some of that was just the emotions running pretty high on senior night last week. 9 penalties, 95 yards. Much crisper in the early going. Twins left, one to the right, a couple tight ends in the game. Send one of those tight ends in motion. Hand it off. Ochoa comes near side. We've got a flag on the play. Ochoa gets away from one, but gets drilled at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. He's hit by Devin Diaz, but we got a flag on the play, and I think we're going to have a hold, and we're going to move back 10 yards, and it will be holding on the Wildcats.
Oh, dear.
And so move them back 10 yards, and so, yeah, Portales not going to take the result of the play, which should be no gain. Instead, they'll make it first down and 20 for the Wildcats.
And just as we were bragging and talking about no penalties.
I was going to say it's the announcer's curse.
Oh, boy.
So it'll be first and 20, ball all the way back to the 43-yard line. Still in Rams territory. Clock with 8:11 to go, first quarter. Cats on their opening possession, 50 degrees, and temps dropping at kickoff time. Now Lovington going to go with the 4-receiver set from the far hash. Twins to the left and twins to the right. Olguin in the slot on the left side. Send a man in motion right to left. That is Gonzalez. Waiting for it. Aranda, good protection. Rolls to the right. Now he's just going to tuck it, take it himself. Cross the 40. Stiff arms a man. Still on his feet and steps out.
At the 49, I think.
Yeah, they're going to say at the 34-yard line.
Okay.
So he picked up 9 on the quarterback keeper. Got most of the penalty back. It's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, I was thinking 39, but yeah, the other one, the 5-yard, just in front of it.
So from the 34-yard line after the 9-yard pickup, 2nd down and 11. Steps out, stops the clock. 7:45 to go here in the first quarter. Lovington going to split trips to the left in a 4-receiver set. Hugged up tight is Olguin on the right side. High snap, and it is over Ashton's head. He's just going to have to fall on it back at the 45-yard line.
He got hit.
Yes, he did.
When he was down.
But Dallas Lozano not going to get whistled for it, but he's all the way back down to the 45-yard line. It'll be a sack for Lozano and a 12-yard sack, and now it is 3rd down and 23. Yikes.
Yeah.
So the 12-yard sack puts Lovington behind the 8-ball on their opening drive.
That's a very unusual.
Uncharacteristic.
Yes, that's I mean, there is certainly sometimes are low snaps and high snaps, but not that bad.
I'm going to blame the turf monster again for grabbing the ball a little funny. Twins make that trips left, 2 to the right. Empty set in the backfield. Portales shows rush. Aranda with it. Throws it underneath, and Olguin gets it and is decked and can't hold on to the football. He is hit hard by Abram Lopez. It'll be incomplete, and so it'll be 4th down, and I've got to think punt time for the Wildcats.
Yeah, this early in the game, I think you just do. Get your D on the field, let them see what they can do. Lovington's offense has really fed on the success of the defense a lot this season, so that's not the worst thing to happen.
So 4th and 23, and actually they are going to come out and show they're going for it. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Cats moving from the left to the right. Portales shows blitz. Linebackers are up. Aranda changes the play at the line. Waits on the snap, good one this time, and he'll just pooch kick that one to high end over ender, and it's going to bounce at the 10 and go and knocked out of the end zone at the last moment, and the coffin corner, it'll be downed. Nope, one of the side judges is going to whistle it in the end zone, and so they'll bring it out to the 20. So with the touchback, they will move it out to the 20.
Yeah, we were excited here on the sidelines. Everybody thought the way you did that, wow.
Yeah, they're going to say that they didn't get it batted off of the turf, so it winds up being a 45-yard punt with a 25-yard net. So Lovington gets into Portales territory, but then stalls out, so now it'll be up to Paxton Culpepper, the sophomore quarterback who's thrown for over 1,700 yards. Now it'll be his turn for Portales. 6:50 to go in the first quarter, no score. Culpepper from the shotgun, Twins left, Twins right. Comes near side, pump fake, looks, throws it across the middle, and leads his man too far. Good coverage by the Wildcats, and Lizardo on the near side. Also Rivero incomplete.
And good work. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say they had the receiver bracketed there. That was Zane Mayberry.
And good work on the line by Bosquez and Herrera especially.
So now it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Portales. No score in this one. The Rams on their first possession of the ball game. Deep back will be Emmanuel Dehan with Culpepper. Good snap, hand it to Dehan, starts it to the right, comes back left and is met behind the line and driven backwards. Great job by the Cats defense over there to knock down Dehan. He's actually going to lose a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and 11. Good job by the Cats. Actually, that was Zach Radloff. Pardon me, not Dehan.
And Guzman, I think, being the first in on the tackle.
And, Don, can you pick up the number of their running back? I'm having a little trouble with those red numbers on the black uniforms.
Okay.
When you can. High snap. It's handled. Rolling near side. Tossing across the middle. That one is tipped and intercepted. The Cats have it. And it's coming over. We got flags all over the place, but one of the linemen got it on the tip drill. It's an INT, and it should be Cat football, as coming up with it is
Carrasco.
big number 58. That's actually Herrera.
Yeah. But I think it was tipped by number 8. Josh Carrasco got a hand on it.
And it will be an interference penalty that Lovington's going to say, no way, we want the INT. And so the Cats D does just what you said they needed to do, Don. They give the offense the spark. It'll be inside the Now Pharmacy red zone. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the 17-yard line.
Oh, very nice. And that energized everybody over here.
It energized at least everybody in my lonesome booth, but I'm fine with that. Right at the halfway mark of this first quarter, Lovington gets the first break of the ball game. Now they've got it 1st and 10 from the Rams 17. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Empty set in the backfield. They keep a tight end in the ball game for some extra blocking. Ashton keeps it himself. Comes left side. Gets across the 15 down to about the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3. Hard sledding on the inside. He'll still pick up 3, though. He was brought down, and again, that was Lopez. He's had a pretty good early game so far, and it's 2nd down and 7. So 2nd and 7 from Greyhound Stadium here on the campus of Eastern New Mexico University. This is the home field of Portales' Rams, too. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Wildcats, trying to cash in on a Portales turnover. Twins left. Low snap, Ashton with it. Now he's going to be flushed. Rolls right, looks, throws it, has a man in the flat, completed across the 10, down to the 9-yard line.
Is that Weiser again?
I believe that was Lizardo, number 15.
15, yep.
So Lizardo will get it, and it's going to depend on the spot. It'll be a pickup of 6 3/4, 3rd down and less than a yard.
No, I think that was 20. Because 15, I don't think is out there.
Is it 20? Okay.
Yeah,
then
I
will give it to Ryan then. Yeah. I will trust your eyes on that. His 2nd reception of the ball game for 10 yards. So now it's 3rd down and less than a yard for the Wildcats. Twins to the left, 1 to the right. Miranda in the shotgun and the hard count, and everybody moved. The question is, did Portales break the plane before Jaden Bosquez came up out of his stance? And it will be offside on the Rams. And so the penalty will give Lovington the 1st down. Move the chains. 1st down, Cats. 3rd 1st down of this first quarter. And that will move them inside the 5 down to about the 4, call it the 3.5-yard line.
1st and goal.
So 1st and goal, Wildcats. Trying to draw first blood and take advantage of a Ram mistake. 1st and goal from the 3. Wildcat football. 5:14 to go in the first quarter. No score, but Lovington knocking on the door. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. Option look and handed it off on the end around and untouched into the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown, Wildcats. Alec Olguin on a beautiful fake. He came out of the slot just kind of out of nowhere, and a lazy handoff almost looked like an option play when it started.
Yeah.
Instead, he flipped it over to Olguin, who takes it around the left end and untouched to the end zone. The Cats take the early 6-0 lead with the point after to come.
Olguin really just snuck around. I think they just lost, whoever was on him, lost their man, and he just ran it in very quietly, but well.
I don't know how you lose Alec Olguin, but
well, he's quick.
He is. Contreras on for the point after. I think Portales jumped, no flags, and the kick is up, and it is good. With 5:10 remaining in the first quarter, Lovington 7, Portales nothing. This is Wildcat football on Z94 KZOR. Cats take advantage of an interception by Valentin Herrera, then goes 17 yards, capped off by an end-around pitch to Alec Olguin, which turns into 6. The point after is good, and the Wildcats take the early 7-0 lead in this district championship contest. With Don Morgan Fieldside at Greyhound Stadium, I'm TJ Miracle, high above Greyhound Stadium. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. Thanks for being with us tonight wherever you are around southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and the world. So it'll be Lucas Contreras to kick it away for the Wildcats, and the D sparking the O, Don. We've seen that a couple of times the last month or so.
Yep. Cats are energized now, and they know their defense. They force turnovers, so there's nothing to say that they can't get the ball back.
So Contreras up to boot it away, and he will kick it high into the eastern New Mexico night air, fielded at the 10, bringing it out to the 15, and before it gets to the 20, the return man is swarmed under and crunched.
Number 7, Matt Garcia, got to him, just really put the big stop.
And that was Braden Beck. That's a name we've been calling for a long time. He's probably a sophomore, but it seems like we've been calling his name a long time. But a great stop by the Wildcat special teams, so it'll be Portales football, 1st and 10 from their own 19. So Culpepper, the sophomore quarterback, going to come back out. Single back in the backfield with him. He has trips to the right, 1 to the left. Lovington 4 men across the front. Culpepper waits for it, hands it off, coming right side. Little stutter step, nothing doing, as dropped quickly. Was that Dehan, number 23, Don?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was Dehan.
Yes,
So he's actually going to lose, looks like a yard on the play.
And that was 8 and 6. I think Carrasco and Thompson putting him in the middle of a sandwich got him down.
So 2nd down and 11. Dehan just under 500 rushing yards this season. They really he's their main back, but they've got 2 other backs that are close to 300 yards. They've been more efficient in the passing game. Trips to the right, 1 to the left from the 18-yard line. 2nd down and 11. Good snap to Culpepper. Waits as the pocket collapses. Throws that one an underthrown. Good pressure coming in. He was trying to get back coming underneath, and he was bracketed over here by Ochoa and also by Elijah Rivero. He stepped up in a big way the last couple of weeks, and it'll be incomplete. Now it'll be 3rd and 11 for the Rams. 4:16 to go, first quarter. Lovington leading 7-0. Of course, the winner will be the district champ, and we'll have a bye if that's Lovington, which is what we certainly hope will happen. Portales wins, of course, they'll be the district champ, have a bye. Portales might still get a bye if they lose. We'll worry about that later. Culpepper back to pass, throws it underneath, has a man on a little swing route. He gets away from one, comes across the 20 and falls forward and out of bounds as Olguin and Lizardo run the man out of bounds.
I think it was 23, Dion again.
Yes, it was. So Dion on the Little just kind of dump down escape pass. Hits complete for 6, but it'll be 4th down and 7, or 4th and 6, I should say. 4th, 5, 6, somewhere in there. I'll get my numbers right at some point. So it'll be punt time for the Rams. Couple of Cats back deep to receive it as they await the punt. Lovington comes after it.
Ooh, it's a high, short one.
It is a high spiral, and it'll be fair caught at the Lovington 45-yard line. Making that fair catch was Matthew Garcia, so Lovington 1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line as the defense forces a 3-and-out. Nice job by the Cats.
Yeah, the Wildcats are really dominating the clock so far with a offensive possession. Let's see if they can hang on to the ball here, march it down the field again. But if they eat some clock while doing it, all the better.
So from the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 Wildcats, 4:02 to go in the first. They lead by 7. Lovington going to come out, just going to split a single man to the left side. That is Marquez. They're going to keep everybody bunched in tight. Other than that, on the right. Single deep back in the backfield. Aranda hands it off. Ochoa finds a hole, crosses the 50, is going to be down and to the 42-yard line as he went across the tackle and then cut it back into the middle. It'll be a pickup of 8 inside. Tough sledding for Ochoa, but he picks up 8, 2nd down and 2 before one of the linebackers finally brings him down.
Yeah, he just powered through, and it looks like Lovington's on a hurry-up offense here.
Yes, they are. 2nd down and less than 2 to go. Aranda with it, hand it to Ochoa again, starts it right, cuts it back left, he's across the 40 and down to the 38-yard line. It'll be another pickup of 8 for Cameron and move the chains. 1st down Wildcats.
Like a knife through butter.
8 yards at a whack. He'll take it any way you can get it. Same look for the Cats this time. Ochoa still the deep back. That one's going to bounce inside, and Aranda going to have to take it himself, and he'll just rug his way across the 35 up to about the 31-yard line. And Weiser was the deep back that time. It'll be a pickup of 6 on the busted play for Aranda.
I think the Cats are lucky to have gotten 6, and Aranda, good thinking, picked it up and powered his way through and got a couple extra just out on a gutsy run there on a blown play because of the low snap.
So 2nd down and 4, 2:53 remaining here in the first quarter. Lovington employing the hurry-up offense from the near hash mark, keeping the jumbo look in. From the shotgun, Aranda waits for it. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, comes right side, crosses the 30, stiff arms a man, and is going to hop out at the 29, but a flag on the play. We might have a block in the back, or it could be a hold. I have a feeling this one's coming back. Now let's see. And it will be holding against Lovington, and it happened in front of the line, so we'll replay 2nd down. Second holding penalty of the ball game for the Cats. Would have been 3rd and about 3. Now it's going to be 2nd and about 13, I do believe. Yep, so 2nd and 13 as we move it back to the 40-yard line. Still in Portales territory, 2.5 to go in a fast-moving first quarter. They'll officially spot it at the 39. So it'll be 2nd down and 12 for Lovington. Twins to the left, twins to the right this time. Tight end stays in the ball game. Aranda by himself from the pistol formation. From the near hash, send a man in motion. That's Ochoa. Fake the handoff. Ashton keeps it himself. Starts it left, cuts back right, but is met in the middle and hit hard by Manny Chavez after he picks up, call it 2.5. 6 carries, 9 yards for Aranda, and so now it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Lovington. So 3rd and 9 as we click under 2 to go here in the first quarter. Lovington leading 7-0 and have been on the march, but a couple of penalties have slowed them down on their first drive and on this one. Trips right, one to the left. Ball from the center of the field. Single back in the backfield, Ochoa. Good snap, fake the handoff. Ashton with it, forced, rolls, fires to the end zone, and O'Gean, does he corral it? No, it'll be incomplete. Down at the 5-yard line, he turned the wrong way, trying to get the ball, and it'll be incomplete. And so now it'll be 4th down and 9 for the Wildcats.
That was a nice toss, especially under pressure. Dallas Lozano was headed for sack territory against Aranda, but he got it off in time. It was a nice throw into that pressure. Just too bad it wasn't complete.
4th and 9, I think maybe They're going to come out and they're going to go with an offensive look, but I think Ashton is going to kick it away. Try and get it in that coffin corner. Anything inside the 10 is considered a win here, although they might go for it since they're inside the 40. Miranda looks over at the sideline. 1:30 remaining here in the first. From the pistol formation, Ashton waits for it. Has it. He will go for it. Flushed. Comes around. Is hit as he throws. Puts up the duck, and that one will be incomplete. He was trying to get Angel Gonzalez down around the 15-yard line. He was bracketed pretty good, so it'll be incomplete. And over on downs, Portales will have their best field position of the night. They'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. 1:26 remaining here in the first quarter. Lovington up 7-0 in what is a battle of the heavyweights. Two top 5 teams, two top 4 teams in 4A here in the land of enchantment. Culpepper brings his Rams out, trips to the left, one to the right, single back in the backfield is Dion. Culpepper from the shotgun moves up a little to the pistol. He'll have it, keeps it himself, option look, has some room, dives across the 40 to the 42-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6.
He was stopped by Lazardo. Lazardo really kind of missed the tackle. He clipped him just enough to make him go down.
Culpepper,
so good job for Lazardo.
7 officially. Culpepper not much of a running quarterback, but he gets it done that time with the 7-yard pickup. So 2nd down and 3. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Empty set. Nope, one man. Fake the handoff. Hit as he throws. That is a wounded duck. It is up and just overthrew everybody. Good coverage down the field by Garcia.
He was trying for number 11, Zane Mayberry.
No, Mayberry incomplete. And so now it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Portales Rams. Lovington getting good pressure. 50 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. As Culpepper looks over to Coach Jaime Ramirez and his offensive staff on the sideline. Gets the play they want to run.
Portales being very deliberate, very deliberate.
Twins left, twins to the right. Dion in the backfield with Culpepper. Good snap, waiting on it, firing and overthrowing. Good pressure again, put on by the Wildcats as the...
He was trying for Tommy Lopez, I believe, number 8 over there.
Santino Espinosa, 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
25, okay.
But good coverage on this side by Josh Carrasco. It'll be incomplete. And so 4th down and 3. I think it's too early in the game for Coach Ramirez to roll the dice, but you never know. Watch for the fake. He's got his punter on. That's Diaz. But watch for the fake. They've been known to do that a time or two. Diaz waits for it. Good snap. He will punt it away. A high fly ball, and it'll bounce at the 30. Take a Portales bounce inside the 25 and be downed at about the 20-yard line, as that one is down by Brayton Beck. So Lovington will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. 37 seconds remaining here in the first, but the defense has forced 2 3-and-outs and it forced a turnover. Pretty good first quarter, I would say. Beautiful night for football, a crisp fall night. I'm sure for Dawn it's probably just cold.
Actually, yeah, it feels good down here, but it is still chilly. What's saving us is it's not very windy.
From the 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. Single back in the backfield and a 1-receiver set. Stack up 3 tight ends right side. Low snap. Hand it to Weiser on a right side sweep, and he slips down. The turf monster gets another one as he goes down as he loses 2 in the backfield. So now it'll be 2nd down and 12.
I have noticed the surface, compared to a lot of the artificial surfaces that we see on fields, this is a very, this is low. It's cropped, very close. And there's it
not
actually,
a lot for the cleats to grab on.
Exactly. It looks slick. I mean, just looking at it,
it does.
It looks slick.
It looks almost like the old AstroTurf, which really was just kind of green,
carpet,
cheap
basically.
green industrial grade carpet. And this looks nicer than that, but, kind of the same thing. As the clock expires on the first quarter, we've played one at Greyhound Stadium. Lovington 7, Portales nothing. Back in a minute for the second quarter. This is Wildcat Football on Z94 KZOR. Back here in Portales, start of the second quarter, the Cats leading the Rams 7-0 with Don Morgan field side. I'm TJ Miracle high above Greyhound Stadium. It should be Greyhound Ram Stadium, just saying. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. So a second down and 12 for the Wildcats back at the Portales 18-yard line as we get this second quarter underway. As both teams just kind of feeling each other out. Lovington taking advantage of a Portales turnover on their first possession. Empty set in the backfield on second down and 12. Aranda waits for it. Hard count. Portales doesn't break the plane. Ashton with it, has plenty of time. Fires far side, has a man wide open, completed. It's 25 to the 30, to the 35,
Thompson.
across, out of another to Thompson, to the 45, to the 50, to the 40, and finally run out of bounds at the 38-yard line inside of Ram territory. That's 30, 40, 42, 47 yards to Thompson and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
And if it hadn't been for Santino Espinosa, Thompson would have been doing the end zone dance.
So first and 10 for the Wildcats as Thompson got wide open. So
Yeah, there was nobody around him.
From the 39-yard line inside Ram territory.
Beautiful throw and good catch.
And great protection from the line.
Yeah, nice. All the way around. Good
Trips
execution.
right, Twins left. Good snap. Aranda with it. Rolls near side, looking right side, still looking, fires it, and incomplete, and a dangerous throw as he goes over the head of Beck and Lopez. I guess Garcia, Matthew Garcia, the closest to it. It is incomplete. Pretty good coverage down the field, so a coverage incompletion, second and 10. Ashton is 7-9 for 75 yards, so very efficient in this first half. 11:41 to go, second quarter. Lovington up 7-0. And they've got it second and 10 from the Portales 39. From the far hash mark, Lovington moving left to right. Twins left, Twins right. Single back in the backfield. Toss it over. That's Weiser. Little stutter step as he crosses the 40 and will get it up to the 38-yard line. Make it the 37. So not a lot of running room for Weiser.
Gets creamed by Yorfrey and Lopez, Abran Lopez on that.
So now it'll be third down and 8 after the 2-yard gain. That does get Weiser back in the positive yardage territory. As they would say on Jeopardy, you're out of the red now. So third down and we'll call it right at 8 yards to go for the Wildcats.
A long wait to look over to see the play from the sideline.
Still plenty of time on the play clock as they come up to the line. 15 on the play clock. They're going to send trips to the right, Twins to the left. Aranda waits for it. Claps the hands, gets it. Back to pass, pressure comes up. Steps up in the pocket. Going to run himself. He's across the 30, heading towards the sideline and out at the 27-yard line. He needs 8. He gets 11 and move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Nice run. I liked it when he turned the corner and went for it.
Pressure coming and being chased by Nicholas Lavelle. So first and 10 for the Wildcats. Controlling the ball, controlling the clock from the 26-yard line. Ashton going out of bounds, stops the clock, 10:42 remaining here in the first half. Lovington going to go with that tight end set. Single receiver to the near side. First down and 10. High snap, Ashton handles it, gives it off, and Ochoa gets away from 1, gets away from 2, bounces back towards the middle, and winds up with about a 5-yard gain that should have been stopped for nothing, but that is just all Cameron Ochoa.
That was just amazing. He's like a little cannonball, man. He just puts his head down and just keeps bowling forward.
Forget the cannonball, the pinball. He bounced off probably 5 guys in bright black jerseys. For one of them finally managed to hold on to him. So second down and 5 after the tough sledding inside for Ochoa. Averaging 5 yards a carry, 5 carries, 25 yards. Single receiver to the right side, one man in the backfield. That is Ochoa. Handed off, Cameron again, goes left side, plenty of room, crosses the 15, squares through to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone, 6 on the board, touchdown Wildcats.
How did he get through
I don't know, Cameron Ochoa takes it to the house from 24 yards away, and the Cats go up by a score of 13-0.
Yeah, he got some good blocking there. He certainly did. 51, 52, Vasquez, Garcia, and he made the most of it. Found a seam, couple of times. Looked like he was going to be down. He just kept going.
Actually, 29 yards on the touchdown run for Cameron Ochoa. 6 carries, 54 yards. Point after to come from Contreras. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. We've got a flag on the play. I'm pretty sure the kick was good, but we'll have to see what the flag is going to be. So we will keep it right here while we await the flag. Of course, no matter what happens tonight, Lovington should be in the playoffs. They'd love to be the district champ. So let's see what the call is going to be. And the point after is good. And we have a personal foul, unsportsmanlike conduct
on Portales.
So that'll move the kickoff up 15 yards. We'll just keep it right here, Max, and I'll say a big thank you to our friends at Stone Oilfield Services, Man Welding, Lee County Electric Cooperative, also Bob's Thriftway, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Lovington Schools, Lovington Auto Supply, Devon Energy, and Now Pharmacy. We appreciate their help and support, making Wildcat football possible here on Z94 KZOR and on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Of course, it's because of those folks we don't have to charge you anything like a lot of schools and places do to watch your kids and teams play. All we ask is that you support those businesses, and we also ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Give us a subscription, and once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll shell $100 out of my own pocket to say thank you to one of those subscribers. I'm going to keep asking. Eventually, we're going to get there. It's burning a hole in my pocket. Just saying, subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. So they're going to move the kickoff all the way up to the Portales 45-yard line, and Don Morgan with Lovington leading 14-0. And we saw this last week. This is an onside kick, I think for Lovington.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if we don't see the squib kick, as Lovington would love nothing more than to get that football back and try to go up one more score.
Oh,
here.
Yeah. Still 9:53 to go in the half, but 3 touchdowns is quite a statement. So Contreras going to spread them out. Ball on the head of the Greyhound at the 45. So let's see what he does. As the Cats will come up with it, Contreras just going to do a little short, high kick, and that one is going to bounce and then go out of bounds at the 23-yard line. And I've got to think they'll take it at the 35.
That was
a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, that was Caden Cordova for Portales picking up the ball right there.
So, nope, they're going to say that that's where it'll be downed. And so they're going to give it to Portales. I thought that went out of bounds, and even though it was a penalty kickoff, that should be up at the 35, I thought, unless Portales downed it.
Yeah, he caught it in bounds and then went out of bounds. It
All
was
right, I didn't see the catch
by about
my
a
angle
foot.
over here.
Yeah, just right in front of me.
All right, so from the 23-yard line, Lovington gets a bit of a break. Culpepper back out. Lovington leading 14-0. Twins left, Twins to the right. Now he's going to split that man out wide to the right. Culpepper back to pass. Has time, steps up in the pocket, throws it, has a man at the 35 to the 40, 45, and out to midfield at the 50. Zane Mayberry, who's been his favorite target all season long, gets it for 26 yards, and it's the first down of the ball game for Portales.
And that was Lazardo who got hands on him first, and then Garcia came up and finished him off.
So Lovington has to be careful, and they've got to keep an eye on Mayberry. He is the favorite target by far of Culpepper. With that catch, he's going to be close to 1,000 yards receiving on the season. Twins left, Twins right once again. Portales now in Lovington territory for the first time in the ball game. First down and 10. Pump fake left, now throwing it left. Wants it all, has a man, and it is complete at the 25, down to the 10 and to the 15-yard line. As complete to Tommy Lopez, his second favorite target. He'll have it down at the 8-yard line. It's a 40-yard completion this time, and all of a sudden Portales' offense finding a little spark.
They are, and they're knocking on the door now. Matt Garcia was the Wildcat to stop that run.
So first and goal from the 8-yard line. Portales now knocking on the door, trying to get one of those Lovington touchdowns back. The Cats lead 14-0. As Culpepper will check his wristband. And watch for this left side, Mayberry and Lopez. Mayberry is the wide out. Lopez in the slot. Now they're going to move everybody in a little bit tighter. Single back in the backfield is Dion. Culpepper changes the play at the line. High snap, rolls right, looks right. Now he slips down, goes to the right, and he is going to be sacked back at the 15. Ball is out, and they're going to say, I think he was down before the ball popped out. Culpepper is down and down hard. It's the first sack of the ball game. It'll be let's see where they spot it. It'll be an 8-yard sack. So the sack going to be credited. Great job by the Wildcat D. So it'll be second and goal now from the 15. And Culpepper a little bit slow to get up, and timeout going to be taken, I believe, by Portales. Yeah, Portales will take a timeout with second and goal from the 14. 8:10 remaining in the first half. Lovington 14, Portales nothing. We're back in 30 seconds on KZOR. Portales takes a timeout after the Lovington defense comes up big again, getting a sack of Culpepper, moving them all the way back to the 15. Second and goal from the 15 with Don Morgan patrolling Owl Whitehead Field. I just saw that it's named. I'm TJ Miracle high above Greyhound Stadium. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. Second and goal from the 15. Portales trying to get back a touchdown as Lovington leads 14-0. High snap, Culpepper handles it. Goes over the shoulder trying to get Mayberry, and yep, that'll be a bump before it got there. I thought the ball was past him, but trying to get Mayberry in the defense just a little bit tight, and so it'll be half the distance to the goal. And I can't remember if it's an auto first down or not, but it will be half the distance. Pass interference on the Wildcats. So half the distance to the goal. It'll be an 8-yard penalty. And so it'll be half the distance to the goal. So that'll move them to about the 7.5-yard line. And we should be replaying second down. So second and goal from the 7. Yeah, they're going to put it right at the 7. So second and goal from the 7. Portales gets a bit of a break. So from the 7-yard line. Trips right, single man to the left. Watch Mayberry to that left side. High snap, hand it to Dion. Tries right side, and he is met at the line. Somehow manages to get forward to about the 5 as he drags a couple of the big boy Wildcats with him. Initial hit was put on, I believe that was by DeMarcus Thompson, Don.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
2-yard gain for Dion, and now it'll be third and goal from the 5. So third and goal from the 5-yard line. Cats trying to make a goal line stand against the Rams. We've seen it enough this season go against us. Maybe it's time for us to get one. 7.5 to go. First half, Lovington up 14-0. But Portales knocking on the door. Dion is the deep back, trips to the right. 4-receiver set, high snap. Culpepper keeps it himself, starts it right, comes back left, and is met at the 3-yard line as a couple of Cats sandwich him and bring him down after a 3-yard gain.
But I think it was a shoestring tackle that from behind that really got him down.
Kind of tripped him up there before. Looked like that was Bosquez and Herrera could get to him.
Yeah, but I think it may have been DeMarcus behind him.
So now it'll be fourth and goal from the 2. The Portales faithful on their feet, making noise. And Coach Ramirez, no hesitation. He's going to go for it. Fourth and goal from the 2 at the goal line. It's a battle of the big boys. Culpepper. And whistles sound, and timeout going to be taken by Coach Ramirez. So he wants to think about it on fourth and goal from the 2. 6:40 remaining first half. Lovington 14, Portales nothing. We're back in 30 on KZOR. Back here at Greyhound Stadium, the Rams take their second timeout of the half with a 4th and goal from the 2. Coach Ramirez, you've got to think electing to go for it with Lovington up 14-0. Welcome back to Wildcat football. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan, field side. Portales going to try and spread things out a little bit. Going to go with split backs in the backfield. They're going to go for it and try to get one of those touchdowns back. Cordova and Dean are the deep backs. Hand it off. Dean goes left side, is hit, and is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Moving backwards, the Cat defense knocks him backwards. And credit that one, Brennan Garcia stands him up, and then the rest of the Cat defense knocks him down. A 1-yard gain, but over on downs, first down, Wildcats.
In the shadow of their own goal, and they need to get out of it as quickly as they can. But what a stand and what a statement.
And no gain officially on the play. The ball was at the 2. It is still at the 2. So first down for the Wildcats. The defense comes up big again. They gave up a couple of big pass plays on that offensive possession, but whew. And now we're going to have whistles sound, and it'll be an official timeout. I'm not sure what they're questioning. I think maybe the spot of the football.
Actually, I think they're pointing, and they're pointing them off the field toward the huddle. That was interesting.
I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I think the officials, I don't know if they're trying to settle the teams down. I get that feeling that the officials were wanting the teams to take a timeout. And
yeah, I don't know. As the Whitecap is he was telling Portales, go back to your sideline, but now Lovington's coming out, maybe just a little cooling off.
Yes, I think that's exactly what they did. I think they saw and knew that the tensions were running high, and and so they just decided to call the timeout and kind of separate teams for a couple of minutes and cool them down.
All right, so 1st and 10 from the 2. Lovington football, no matter how you look at it, the defense comes up big when needed. So Aranda, about 5 yards deep in his own end zone, standing on the N in the ENMU. Single deep back in the backfield. Hard count doesn't get him. Hand it off as that is going to be Ochoa. Going to dig his way forward out to about the 4-yard line. Ochoa with the 2-yard gain. 2nd down and 8. So just right into the teeth of that Portales defense.
Yes, but Lovington really needs to move out of there as quickly as they can.
Yes, they need to.
They not only for the first down, but just to get out from the
get out of safety territory.
Exactly.
The offensive line has done a very good job protecting Aranda tonight, and they've done a very nice job just moving forward.
Yep, with only a couple of holding penalties while they're doing it.
Trips to the right side, but they are stacked in tight. Hand it off. Nope, Ashton keeps it himself. Goes left side. He's going to cross the 5 out to about the 6 and the 7-yard line before he is stood up and moved backwards. So it'll be a pickup of 3 for Ashton, and it'll be 3rd down and 5. 5.5 minutes to go, first half. Lovington 14, Portales nothing. And I like Lovington just keeping it on the ground, getting 3-4 yards at a time. You do that enough, you're going to wind up with first downs and domination of clock time.
They have certainly owned the clock more this game than Portales.
Yes, they have. Trips to the left, twins to the right. 5-receiver set, empty backfield. Aranda with it, spreading them out. Ashton back to pass. Looks, pump fake. Now he's going to tuck it. Still looks, throws it back across the middle, and it'll be complete to Ochoa at the 19-yard line. They say, yes, he got it. Move the chains. First down, Cats. Ochoa sneaks out of that near side position and will make the grab.
Yeah, and he knew just exactly how much yardage he needed, and he didn't trap the ball, but he was very careful with it, knowing that he needed to fall on it.
From the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Leading 14-0 in this battle for the district championship. Would love nothing more than to get another one here late in the half.
And now Lovington being very deliberate.
Yes, they are.
Looking for the play. Aranda taking another few seconds in the huddle before he breaks it up, heads to the line.
3 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1. Ashton gets it at 1. Hand it to Ochoa. Left side is hit in the backfield, and they got a face mask. And did I see a flag come in? Yep, that ought to be a face mask in the backfield. So even though Cammon's going to lose 5, I think Lovington's going to wind up with 15 out of this. So let's see what they're going to say. And they're going to say face mask on Portales. And so that one will be like it never even happened. If it's the personal foul variety, it's a 15-yarder. And it'll give Lovington an automatic first down. So let's see if it's the incidental or if it's the big boy. So face mask on Portales. And it was from the spot, which was in the backfield, and it was a 5-yard loss, so it's like it never even happened. So we'll just play 1st and 10 again. So incidental contact on the face mask. You can do, there is a personal foul variety, and there is an incidental kind, and they're saying incidental on that one. So first down, a little less than 10. Ball at the 20-yard line. Need to get it up to about the 29 and a half. As Aranda goes back over to talk to the offensive staff. 4:10 remaining here in the half. Lovington up 14-0. Lovington turning a Portales turnover into the first touchdown of the ball game. And then Alec Olguin on a nifty little fake takes it on a pitch and into the end zone from 3 out. So the play is in. Lovington back out ready to go from the far hash. Moving left to right. Trips right, one to the left. Single back in the backfield is Ochoa. Good snap, fake the handoff. Ashton with it. Has time, fires across the middle, and just overthrows Angel Gonzalez as a little pressure came late. So incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was Tommy Lopez and Santino Espinosa bringing a little pressure. But really, I think that was just a bullet of a pass. One of the hardest balls I've seen Aranda throw that long from that distance. And I think it just went through Angel's hands.
Yeah, just a little over his head and a little bit hard as Angel over on the sideline kind of explaining what happened there, I think. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats. Split backs in the backfield this time with twins to the right. Aranda with it. Hands it off up the middle. That's Ochoa. Crosses the 25 to the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Cameron. He's got 62 rushing yards on 8 carries. And so now it's 3rd down and 4 for the Cats.
Gets stopped by Leighton Faust.
So Faust with the big hit. It looked like it was a big hit as Ochoa checks out.
I heard the crunch.
Also, Weiser checking out, so I've got to think Lovington going to go with an empty set in the backfield this time, unless they choose to have Olguin in the backfield. So it'll be 3rd down and an important 4 for the Wildcats, and that will be Olguin in the backfield. From the pistol formation, everybody in tight. Pitch it, Olguin. The speedster comes near side, gets stretched out, crosses the 25, and is going to be down shy of the 30 at about the 28-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Alec, but he's going to be just shy of the 1st down. 4th down and less than a yard. I think you got to go for it here, Dawn.
Sure, I think so. Even though if it went over on downs, it would be super good field position for Portales. I think with just the 1 yard, Lovington feels confident enough that they can get that yard, get that 1st down, and keep the chains moving.
Less than a yard. The ball spotted between the 28 and the 29.
Yeah, it's about a ball's length is what they need.
So they're going to keep Aranda in the shotgun. Send a man in motion. Coming in near side is Marquez. He's going to stack it in tight. Ochoa is the deep back. Aranda tries the hard count, doesn't get it. Still 10 seconds on the play clock. Lovington going to change the play. Audible's out of it. Waiting to see what they're going to do, and now Coach G going to call the timeout. 2:27 to go, first half. 4th and 1 for the Cats on the Rams 28, but they lead 14-0. We're back in 30 seconds on Z94 KZOR. Welcome back to Wildcat Football here on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington, the Z94 KZOR app, the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And also on the Lovington tab at the new HobbsAmerica.com. So the Cats take a timeout with 2:27 to go first half. They lead 14-0, but have a 4th down and 1 decision to make here. The defense has played great, but I think you got to go for it here, Dawn Morgan.
Yeah, I definitely do. I'm sure that's looks like.
And they are gonna.
They're gonna
show punt.
They're gonna show punt, but I just don't. I don't believe it. Maybe they will.
Maybe the direct snap to Olguin. They've been known to do that. Almost a wildcat for the Wildcats. So waiting on the punt, and they will just punt it away. It's a high end-over-ender that is going to die at about the 45. Finally takes a Lovington bounce inside the 40 and down to the Portales 37-yard line. So Lovington chooses to play it a little bit conservatively.
Right, not gambling here.
No, up 14-0. I don't think you need to. They've still got 2 timeouts. Portales will have the football to start the second half. So if the offense can hold here, Lovington is going to take a deep breath going into the locker room. Yeah, the defense has got to do what they've been doing here. They've given up a couple of big pass plays, but that's really all Portales has had tonight. So Culpepper going to bring his Rams back out. Twins left, Twins right. Dion in the background. Or in the backfield, I should say. Little jump, didn't break the plane. Culpepper changes the play at the line from his own 37. Good snap. Culpepper option look. Now he's going to keep it. Takes it himself. Crosses the 40 and finally is going to be slammed down. Hagen Lizardo picks him up and puts him down. The spine buster Arn Anderson would be proud to claim.
Yeah,
it's still a 5-yard gain for the quarterback Culpepper, but a huge hit for Lizardo.
Yeah, I could hear the crunch from here. I mean, it was a big hit.
Yeah, took him off, twisted him, and brought him down. Where's Ric Flair out there? Wrestling move. 1:45 to go here in the first half. 2nd down and 5 for the Rams.
Olguin is on the sideline with a.
And Coach Ramirez asking all kinds of questions, and they're going to wave off the clock. I think they're going to tell him stop the clock.
Olguin is off the field on the sidelines. He just got a cut just below his knee, and they're getting that bandaged and ready to send him back in probably. I don't know if he'll make it in for this series.
And they're telling, I believe.
This next play, rather.
Yeah, and I think they're going to reset the clock to 1:45. So they're waiting to see. They've got to be telling them reset the clock. So still a long delay here. Now they put it back all the way to 1:54. And they should start it on the referee's signal. And, yep, now they'll start it. That's basically a free 10 seconds for Portales. 2nd down and 5 to go for the Rams. Twins left, Twins to the right. Culpepper with a deep back behind him. And the ball is on the turf, and Culpepper just going to have to fall on it as Lovington swarms on it. No, I don't think those are flags. I think those are fumble markers. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
Culpepper going to get the football back. It'll be the 2nd sack of the night, and he's going to lose 7 more.
Sorry, they're all using their pink. Everything's pink.
Yeah,
There's
I know.
no delineation. Their markers same as the flags.
And Lovington takes the timeout, and I think that is smart. It's now 3rd down and 11. We'll just keep it right here, Max. And so 3rd and 11 with 97 seconds to go. Lovington still with 1 timeout. But I think this is smart. This will give Lovington an opportunity to get the ball back. If they can stop them, no gain, use their last timeout, they would have it with about, after a punt, probably about 1:20 to go in the first half. And since Portales does get the ball to start the second half, Lovington could go into that hurry-up offense, that 2-minute drill, and see what happens. So I like this call here, Dawn.
Well, I think that the coaches, chose to make that punt with just this in mind, thinking let's get the D out there, the D stops them, and then they get the ball back to try to do something with it right before half.
So the ball going to be spotted at the 36-yard line, 3rd down and 11 after the fumble sack on Culpepper. He's going to come out, Twins left, Twins to the right. All up to the D right here. Single deep back is Dion. Fake the handoff to him. Pressure comes. Culpepper lets it fly down the middle.
Whoa!
Intercepted as it is in the hands of Aranda. He's across the 45 to the 50. A little stutter step comes near side and is slung out of bounds inside of Portales territory. Ashton Aranda with the INT and flags everywhere. I think we're going to have a hold and an unsportsmanlike conduct, but we'll have to wait and see. What's Ashton doing playing defense?
Well, playing pretty good defense.
I was going to say,
there,
yes,
actually.
he is.
Yeah.
So there's 2 different penalties on the play. One
Right.
will be on Lovington. And we will have a penalty on Lovington that will be declined, and we'll have holding on Lovington that will be accepted. So both of them wind up against Lovington. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty, but the INT will stand. Second interception of the half, and so Lovington will like, okay, we'll take it. So 38 penalty yards on 4 penalties for the Wildcats.
And you actually end up predicting it pretty closely. There's a minute 26 left on the clock till halftime.
So it'll be Lovington football. They're going to spot it at the Portales 38-yard line. I am not trying the Swami hat anymore. Oh, are you kidding? They're going to say, are they going to? No, it's the offense coming out. I was getting ready to say, wait a minute. They're going to give the ball back to Portales. It'll be holding on Lovington. And they're trying to decide the proper spot. Still trying to decide the proper spot. Okay, they've got it figured out, and it is at the 38 as Dion will check in late. He'll go in at the right end position. So Lovington hurry up time. They still have 1 timeout remaining. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda from the shotgun has it. Looks, comes near side, fires it, and underthrown as diving out, not able to corral it, is Garcia. It'll be incomplete, and it'll be second down and 10.
It's kind of unusual.
I think maybe the cold having a little bit. It can make the ball fly a little strange sometimes.
Yeah, I think it lifted on his hand just a little odd. He usually, if anything, would overthrow just a bit. But, yeah, it was just odd to see him throw it into the turf like that. I think it's just something happened with the mechanics of the throw there.
DeMarcus Thompson will check in as Angel Gonzalez checks out. Second down and 10. Wildcat football from the Ram 38 after their second INT of the half. Twins to the left, 1 to the right. And they'll toss it to Olguin on the end around again. He's across the 45 to the 50 to the 45 inside Portales territory. He's going to pick up 13 yards, and it'll move the chains. First down, Wildcats.
Yeah, he is just so quick, and he turns on a dime, and he did that. He switched directions.
Hurry-up offense is in play for the Wildcats. They're going to put Olguin in the slot with Garcia on the near side. Single man to the left. And Aranda from the pistol formation. First and 10 from the Portales 44. Aranda with time. Wants it. Fires it. Sails it. I think a little miscommunication between either Olguin or Garcia and also Aranda. But it'll be incomplete. Second and 10.
That's the danger of the hurry-up offense is that you don't have that time
and
to
we
make
got a
sure
flag on the
completely.
play and holding on the Wildcats.
A lot of times there's not enough time to make sure your communication is clear when you're doing the hurry-up offense.
Well, the clock will stop now, and it'll be first and 20 for Lovington, as that's going to move them back into Portales territory. They're going to march it off back inside the 45, back to the inside the 40, back to the 30. Golly, that must have happened behind the line, all the way to the 40. So that is 10. 20, that's golly, that is first down and
25 officially.
Yeah, it's first and 25. So it's first and Tatum pretty much. Maybe Dora, but so first and 25, not that it really matters. Good snap. Aranda with time, protection, fires it underneath, has a receiver across the 45. And does he get out of bounds, or did they keep him from getting out?
No, I think he
who was it
out
completed
of bounds
to?
with a
Was
whistle. That was 20, Ryan Weiser
so
with it.
So it was to Weiser. So he's up at the 44-yard, make it the 46-yard, 47-yard line. Make up your minds, guys. So 6-yard completion to Weiser.
So second and 19.
So, yep, second and
so
now it's second and Dora.
Yeah, and it stopped the clock, so they got 46 and a half seconds left now.
So still plenty of time. Second down and 19. Trips to the right, 1 to the left. So second and 19, split a man out. It's going to be Weiser. Aranda with time, steps up, fires, wants a man down the seam, and overthrows Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a step on his defender. He's trying to keep up with him back there was Santino Espinosa, but just overthrown, and so now it'll be third down and 19. So Lovington trying to cash in on their second interception of the night. If they even want to think about a field goal, they're going to need probably to get to about that first down marker with 40 seconds to go. here in the half. Lovington leading 14-0. Should be a very interesting Bob Thriftway coaches conversation going into the half of this one. Of course, Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show on the way here at halftime. Final game of the regular season. Winner is the district champ. So 3rd and 19 with trips to the right side and a 4-receiver set. Handed off, flag on the play, and Weiser just goes over the right tackle and is going to have about 7, but I have a feeling we got another hold. Chavez on the tackle. But let's see. I think we got another hold on Lovington. They're giving Miranda time, but nope, actually it'll be false start on the Wildcats. So just a 5-yard penalty. But it'll move them back, and so we'll go from 3rd and 19 to 3rd and 24. The Cats just kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Their 6th penalty for 53 yards. Doesn't look like they moved it at all. You can't have a false start from the end of the run. Did they change it to? They must have changed it to offsides on Portales. So yeah, offsides
they marked it against Portales. Yeah.
No, Portales decided to take the result of the play.
Interesting.
So they took the 7-yard gain, and so now it'll be 4th down and 13 after the 7-yard gain.
4th and 18.
No, it's 4th and 13. It's inside Portales territory at the 42. Or at the 47, I should say. And Portales going to take their last time out. So Coach Ramirez playing a little bit of strategy here. We'll just keep it right here. 21 seconds to go in the half. And I kind of suspect that might happen, Dawn, because it still puts Lovington a long way away from a first down. And it keeps the clock moving, more importantly. But since there was a penalty on it and they had to work out who was doing what, Coach Ramirez chooses to take his timeout just to make sure that I think he's probably telling his secondary, don't let them get behind you.
Yeah, it also keeps Lovington from using one play to try to get closer and maybe in field goal range to use. And now, I mean, they've got one shot at it. That's it here.
Right, they've got to get a first down or
that's it.
So they've got to get 13 yards from the Portales 47-yard line. And Lovington, I've got to think, is going to go for it with 21 seconds to go inside Portales territory. So a little high-level decision-making going on between Coach Gonzalez and Coach Ramirez.
Some strategy and counter-strategy going on here, I'm sure.
So we've got trips to the right, twins to the left. Empty set in the backfield for Aranda from the far hash mark, 4th and 13. Lovington up by 2 scores, and Ashton just going to quick kick it and pops it up. It's going to bounce at the 38, goes sideways, takes a little bit of a Lovington bounce, and will be downed at the 31-yard line. So the quick kick, Aranda just kind of pops it up. So 10 seconds to go. I've got to think Portales, knowing they're going to have the ball first, is going to kneel it down. If I'm Lovington, I rush 2. Maybe I don't rush anybody and just basically line everybody up around the 50 and say, you can go to here, but no more. Portales may decide just to kneel it down and go to the half, trailing 14-0 to our Wildcats.
So we will see if your Swami hat proves to be right again.
Oh, I doubt it. They'll probably do, if the coach is smart, whatever I just said, he'll do exactly the opposite.
Whatever happens, we just don't want Portales to score.
No. Now, Lovington is going to put 3 men back deep. Looks like they're going to keep 3 men across the front. Good snap. Culpepper with it. He's going to run it, take it himself, brings it up the middle, crosses the 40 and out to the 43, make it the 44-yard line. He's going to pick up 13 at the buzzer. It'll be a Portales first down, but you're kidding. They're going to say they've got 2 seconds left to go.
2.5 seconds on the clock. He got clipped from behind by DeMarcus Thompson.
So Thompson brings him down. And now, once they set the ball, they start the clock, and that will end the half. So Lovington leading this one 14-0 here in Portales. Dawn Morgan, whenever you're ready, take it over.
And the coach has stopped to talk to one of his coaches.
I see you there. So, of course, we're getting ready for your Bob Thriftway coaches conversation. The Wildcats leading 14-0 coming to the half. We'll have your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show.
Coach getting hydrated there before he comes and runs to talk to me. Coach, great first half. You guys owned the clock, played very deliberately, and with except just a few penalties. played very, very good football. What'd you see?
I'm just real proud of our team. That's something that we challenged them before the game is just to be physical. And I felt like, coming into it, we could be more physical than they are. So defensively, we were playing like our tails are on fire right now. Running the ball extremely well. Great big stop on 4th down here. Got to eliminate the holding penalties. That stuff's not good. That's big chunk yardage right there that we can't have. Ashton Randa getting in there on the defensive side of the ball, taking the football away. Right now we're on fire, but we got to come out here in the second half and keep it up.
And final question, you know what it's going to be. What's your big message to the team at halftime?
Finish!
All right, thanks, Coach.
Coach G, thank you so much. Always great to talk to him. Our Bob Thriftway Coaches Conversation. We appreciate Coach Gonzalez taking the time both at halftime and after the game to speak with us. Your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show on the way. It's halftime here at Greyhound Stadium. Lovington 14, Portales nothing. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. Welcome to your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. When you need the Napa Know-How, you need to get it from Lovington Auto Supply. And you know you're going to need it. The parts, the advice, just the friendship. Lovington Auto Supply, proud to bring you Wildcat Sports and your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. I'm TJ Miracle. Let's take a look at the numbers in the first half of this one. Lovington leading 14-0. And we'll start with the home team Rams. Paxton Culpepper has had a rough go, probably his roughest game of the year. He's thrown for nearly 1,800 yards, and it's right at 1,800 yards now with what he did in the first half. But he goes 3 of 9 for only 72 yards, no touchdowns, and he throws 2 interceptions, one of which turns into one of those 2 Lovington scores. Leading receiver is Tommy Lopez, 1 catch, 40 yards. Of course, that set up the big defensive stand down on the goal line where Lovington got him. Zane Mayberry, who's been by far his favorite target this year, only one catch for 26 yards. He's only been targeted a couple of times. Lovington's defense doing a nice job covering him. Dion out of the backfield with one catch for 6 yards. On the ground, Culpepper has got 6 carries for 13 yards, but he has been sacked twice. The Cat defense has done a nice job there. Dion, who came into the game just at 500 yards rushing on the season, only 3 carries for 1 yard in the first half. Zach Radulov actually got the first carry of the ball game. He had 1 carry for -1 yard. So when you add it all up, you've got 72 through the air for Portales, 13 on the ground. That's just 85 total yards for them in the first half. They were penalized 3 times for 25 yards and got 3 first downs, and obviously no scores in that first half for the Portales Rams. For your Lovington Wildcats through the air in the first half, Ashton Aranda goes 7 of 15 for 93 yards. No touchdowns, but no interceptions. Leading receiver right now is DeMarcus Thompson. He's got 1 catch for 47 yards. Ryan Weiser has caught 3 passes out of the backfield for 16 yards. Kamen Ochoa, with 2 catches, 21 yards, and 1 catch by Angel Gonzalez on that opening drive for 7 yards. On the ground, Kamen Ochoa has done a whale of a job. 8 carries, 62 yards, including a 29-yard touchdown run. Ashton Aranda with 8 carries, 25 yards. He was sacked once on a snap that was over his head, and so that skews his numbers somewhat. Alec Olguin, 3 carries for 19 yards, including a 3-yard end-around touchdown. And Ryan Weiser with 3 carries for 7 yards. 93 through the air, 113 cumulatively on the ground, 206 total yards for the Lovington Wildcats. They had 5 accepted penalties for 50 yards in that first half, so 5 for 50 in the first half. You heard Coach G say just way too many holding penalties. Lovington with 7 points in the first, 7 in the second. That's how they get to their 14 on the board. And they did have 7 first downs in that first half. So a lot going on as the Wildcats trying to secure their first back-to-back district title. Matter of fact, would be the first back-to-back district championship for any team in District 4-4A since the 2011 season, the last time that the Lovington Wildcats managed that. And some other scores from Lee County ball games coming in tonight at halftime. In the Cave City, it's Hobbs over Carlsbad, 35-0. Also at halftime, just up the road in Curry County, it's Texaco and Eunice. The heavyweight fight in the 2A division tonight, all tied at 28 apiece. Both of those teams fighting for a bye in the first round of the playoffs. And then in the 8-man quarterfinals, it looks like Tatum is probably going to fall tonight to Magdalena 40-6. That game late in the fourth quarter of that one, but Tatum making it more of a ball game than they did the first time. Of course, Tatum is the defending 8-man champion, but it looks like they will be falling tonight to Magdalena. So a lot of good football going on all over the place for our Lee County squads. We're at halftime here, and yep, we've had a good one so far, especially if you're a Lovington fan. Lovington 14, Portales nothing. We'll come back with your Napa Know-How keys to the second half. This is Lovington Wildcat Football and your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show on Z94 KZOR and the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Football here on Z94 KZOR. Halftime here in Portales at Greyhound Stadium. Lovington 14, the Portales Rams nothing. With Dawn Morgan fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle. This is your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show. Also, thank you, Max Carranza, in studio engineering and producing. Tiffany V. Stuber also back at One Radio Square and Z94 Central helping us out tonight. So, your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How keys to the second half for tonight, as I will take it first as we wait for Dawn to pop back in. But I think for the Cats, they just have to continue to do what they have been doing. Be calm, be consistent, and continue to be physical on the offensive side. They just have to keep doing what they're doing. The run game has worked very well for you. Rushed for 113 yards in the first half. That is extremely good for the offense. The passing offense, Aranda, 7 of 15, 93 yards. Those numbers are a bit deceiving when they went into the hurry-up at that point late in the quarter. Up until that point, Ashton had gone, let's see, 6 of 10 for 87 yards. So when they hurried up, he started having just a little bit of issues connecting. I think maybe just the communication not quite where they wanted it at that point. So still, though, not a lot going wrong. The defense has to continue, I think, to be aggressive, but intelligently aggressive. Jump the routes on the balls, continue to get good pressure on the quarterback, Paxton, or rather Culpepper, and you should be okay. You cannot give up big plays. They only gave up a couple of fairly big pass plays in that first half, but you don't want to see that trend reverse. Special teams, just keep doing what you've been doing, and you ought to be okay. So as we bring Dawn Morgan back into your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show, your keys to the second half, Dawn.
Well, you said just about everything that I was going to say. So
sorry, didn't mean to steal your thunder.
It's fine. I mean, it's great. A lot of it is what Coach also said, things that he liked and saw in the first half. Outside of those penalties, you've got to try to give it onto the protection that he wants and needs without incurring the holding penalties. And it's a tightrope. You walk it, you win some, you lose some. But at least they haven't had any super costly penalties, the kind that get touchdowns called back or, make big plays, call back the big plays, too much in that first half. So that's what you want to see. If you're going to make some mistakes and incur some penalties, only 50 yards, not too bad. And, I think they can try to, again, contain, you're going to have to contain Mayberry.
Yeah, and they've done a nice job of that so
very
far.
Very nice, yeah. And, Portales threatened to get a little offensive, fire going there in that second quarter, and Lovington, through a little luck and through Portales shooting themselves in the foot, and through some just good, continued defense on Lovington, they managed to stifle that. And then, of course, the big goal line stand, turning it over, forcing Portales to turn it over on downs. That was huge, and I think that was a really good psychological blow against Portales as well. I have seen, and Portales is rather frustrated. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments that they come out and make against Lovington, because there were definite, I saw a little pushing of, at the end of plays, and things that weren't seen, that weren't huge, but did indicate a lot of frustration on the part of Portales here. I don't think this is the game that they expected to be playing, or the scoreboard that they expected to see at halftime here in this game. So Lovington really needs to come out and make sure that it's not a tale of two halves, that after playing such a good first half, they need to make sure that they come out and have good execution and play an excellent second half, and don't let Portales flip it on them and be the team that has the best second half and walk away with the game.
Well, you're absolutely right. And so, You know that Portales is going to make adjustments. This is a Portales team. I mean, they spent much of the season, at least a couple of weeks worth of it, as the number one team in the land. Their only loss was a 1-point affair, and I want to say that was to Valley, it was to Valley up in Albuquerque, 48-47 affair, and I want to say Valley's a 6A team. So that was their only loss of the season. So, I mean, this Portales team, let's not kid ourselves. They are absolutely for real, but Lovington for real too. I think Portales, though, just didn't play quite the the drilling, draining schedule that the Lovington Wildcats have. And so Lovington, I think, a little bit better prepared, but nothing to sneeze at Portales. And they're going to come out fired up. I mean, this is their final regular season home game for these kids this season. They'll get a home game, I think, no matter what happens, the outcome of this one tonight. But they're going to come out and they're going to want to, what's the old thing? Protect this house. Yeah. And that's what Portales is going to want to do. And Lovington is going to want to continue to do exactly what they have done so far. But, yeah, you're right. Lovington has got to stay in this and not make it a tale of two halves, and because that is exactly what Portales wants to see.
Yeah, and Lovington needs to stay fluid, though. If they get locked into what they've been doing and Portales makes adjustments, they have to be fluid enough to adjust against Portales' game. And Lovington needs to not give control over to Portales. You can look at that at first and second quarter and say Lovington truly dominated. They owned the clock. They really dominated not just time of possession, but the scoreboard in all categories. So Lovington has got to stay fluid enough that they're able to do whatever it takes to come out and be the team that played so well in the first half and continue that 4 quarters of football to get that W at the end.
Yeah, finish. I think Coach G said it best, and Lovington is elected not to come out of the dressing room yet. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think they added the 3-minute warm-up period actually before the halftime clock had expired. I think they added 3 minutes onto it, and Portales came out with about 3 minutes left on the clock. So I'm not sure if maybe Lovington thinks they've still got another nearly 5 minutes to go before they have to be back on the field. But the officials are back out. Portales is out, so we'll have to see what goes on there. So we'll go ahead and we will wrap up your Lovington Auto Supply Napa Know-How halftime show from here in Portales. Your Wildcats leading the Rams 14-0. Second half coming up. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. to Lovington Wildcat football here on Z94 KZOR, the Z94 KZOR app. And thank you for watching free on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. Dawn Morgan at Al Whitehead Field patrolling here at Greyhound Stadium. I'm TJ Miracle from high above the broadcast booth, and I was informed this is the Jack and Roberta Scott broadcasting booth. That'll probably be the only time I remember that tonight. So, yeah, from high above Greyhound Stadium, great to have you with us. Just an interesting note I noticed when we came in, one of my alma maters will be here tomorrow to take on Eastern, as Angelo State will be in town. I had a very forgettable year at Angelo State, just ask my parents. Well, their bank account doesn't forget my forgettable year at Angelo State, but I graduated from UTPB, and they're also in the Lone Star Conference, but Angelo State will be here tomorrow. I have no desire to stay and call that game. So as we head into the second half of action, Lovington out on the field warming up right now as getting ready for the second half of this one, and no big plays. I think that probably needs to be the defensive mantra. They've done a great job, Don, in that first half, and really they've done a great job in the district season of everybody doing what they're supposed to do, not anybody trying to do too much. Just do your job and, trust your teammates to do theirs too.
Execution, execution. Be focused, be deliberate, have intensity, and just execute well. And that's certainly what we saw in the first half. They need to keep that up here in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. If they can do that, they will have their first back-to-back district championship since 2011 and will be the district champ, of course, and will get the bye, I would think, in the first round of the NMAA playoffs.
But there's
still a half of football to play.
And we're here playing Portales in Portales. So
oh, yeah.
Lovington's got to keep their A game on the field.
So up on the high plains tonight, getting ready for the second half kickoff of this one. Thanks for watching on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, once we get to 1,000 subscribers, somebody's going to get $100 of my money. That's not coming from our great sponsors or from New Walmart Broadcasting. That is coming from the Bank of TJ. And yes, I promise it is a real bill with Benjamin Franklin's picture on it.
And he has hidden it so that I cannot find it and spend it.
And if you would rather have two with Ulysses S. Grant's picture on it, I can make that happen too. So, all right, enough about money. Let's talk about football. As Contreras will tee it up at the 40, he will boot it towards the south end zone. It is a high end over-ender, and we are underway second half. It'll be fielded at the 20, up to the 25, and near the 30. And still on his feet is going to be Beck.
He kind of almost got stopped, and he bounced off, backed up, and then went forward again and ended up about where he bounced off a player the first time.
So whatever works, he's to the 32-yard line. It'll be Portales football first. Spotted officially at the 31. Just underway second half. Lovington 14, Portales nothing, but looking to draw first blood in the second half. Axton Culpepper is the quarterback. Jan is the deep back. He's going to send trips to the right, one to the left in a four-receiver set. From the shotgun, high snap handles it, hands it. Near side, Dion is hit, gets away from one, bounces off another, crosses the 35 up to the 36-yard line. Pardon me, that was Radloff, as he's going to pick up 5 yards and bouncing like a pinball. It'll be second down and about 5.
One of the assistant coaches over here talking very much about, after watching that, saying you can't lunge. He's talking about proper tackling technique, and about lunging puts you off balance and commits you to a direction, and if you miss, then you lose the guy.
Radloff stays in as the deep back, four-receiver set again. Fake the handoff, looks to pass, hit as he throws. That one coming underneath, and that one is complete to Mayberry at the 35-yard line as Garcia brings him down, but we talked about it. You can't let Mayberry hurt you, and he does. That's a 15. That is a 30-yard completion to Mayberry. First down, Portales.
And this is the scenario we do not want to see. Lovington needs to tighten it back up. Portales threatened to ignite with this kind of a play in that first half, in that second quarter, and Lovington stopped them. Lovington kind of snuffed out that candle.
And the official coming over and telling the Portales coaches, get off the field, because they were way out. They were probably 10 yards out on the field, telling them stay in their lane, basically. as Culpepper gets the signals. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 34-yard line inside Lovington territory. The 11:08 to go, third quarter. Lovington up by a score of 14-0. They're going to send trips to the right again. 4 receiver set. Radloff stays as the deep back with Culpepper. Lovington shows blitz. Waiting on it. Handed off. Radloff comes left side. He is hit after about a 3-yard gain, but still pumps his legs forward. Gets inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Radloff another 5-yard gain. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 as Lizardo and Thompson, the first 2 to meet him. Angel Sanchez is going to be at the cleanup. So they're going to give him 4 officially. And so that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Portales on the move. Their opening possession of the second half. Lovington leading 14-0. 4 receiver set once again. Radloff stays as the deep back. On the right shoulder of Culpepper. Culpepper rolls right, lets it go. Going for the end zone, going for Mayberry, and over the shoulder. Is it enough? He catches it, but he is out of bounds. No good, out of bounds. And so Lovington dodges a bullet as Culpepper laid that one up there. Is that Mayberry, Don, or is that Beck? Or is that Lopez? I can't hardly tell.
I can't tell because he was way back in the I think it was number 8. I think it was.
So that's Lopez.
Yeah, it's Lopez, Tommy Lopez. Pretty sure it was him.
Incomplete.
But it was I think it was Weiser on him as far as the coverage in there.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty tight coverage, and just a good pass from Culpepper just took him a little bit far. So it'll be 3rd down and 6. An important 3rd and 6 here early from the Lovington 30. Lovington shows blitz. Culpepper with it. Now Lovington drops back. Going to throw the little screen. It'll be complete to Radloff out of the backfield, and he'll have it. He'll be down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be an 11-yard pickup to Radloff, and it'll be a 1st down for Portales.
That was Matt Garcia who met him finally and pushed him out.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Portales from the Lovington 19-yard line.
And they're on they've got momentum. They're on this steamrolling offensive drive here.
We knew they were going to make adjustments, and they've come out, and they're throwing quicker passes.
Yeah,
they're doing one run to try and loosen it up and then passing. And they will hand it off. Radloff again, right side, is hit at the line, but manages to go forward and get a couple of yards maybe out of it. We're coming up out of the bottom of the pile for the Cats, Josh Carrasco. And they'll give him 1 yard officially on the run. So Radloff, 4 carries, 9 yards, 2nd down and 9. Ball moves to the 18-yard line. 9:20 remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
They are spreading Lovington out a little bit more, I think, here in the second half than in the first.
Mayberry by himself down to the left. It'll be Garcia, his defender. Radloff stays in, fake the handoff, look for Mayberry, throw it across the middle, and it skips in, and incomplete. Mayberry not able to hold on to it. He turned in faster than Matthew could turn with him, and lucky that was a bit low, or that would have been a touchdown.
It was a little underthrown, and I think he slipped a little. I think the turf monster got him a bit too.
So now it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Portales. They're definitely in 4-down territory, I've got to think, trailing by 2 touchdowns. And Lovington with the ability to just absolutely chomp on the clock. Mayberry by himself left side, trips to the right. Radloff stays in as the deep back. Keeping it himself, Culpepper, option pitch. Radloff next there on the near side. Not much room to run as he's run out by Thompson, and he's also hit by Marquez. Anson Marquez gets him. It'll be no gain officially for Radloff, and so it'll be 4th down and 9, and I don't think there's any decision for Coach Ramirez. Well, there might be. And I think he's going to go for it. I don't know that his kicker's got enough for, his kicker, that'd be about a 30-yard field goal. Should be able to do it, but he's just going to go for it. He's going to opt for taking the chance on the score instead of the field goal. They can get a 1st down, of course. So 4th down and 9, rolling right side. Culpepper pressured, hit as he throws it across the middle, and that one is going to be incomplete as he had and led his man but could not get it complete. Out to Lopez, incomplete. Lovington dodges a bullet over on downs. It's Wildcat football.
Nice coverage on him by O'Gean and Marcus.
And final score coming in from another game tonight. The Tatum Coyotes season is over as they fall to Magdalena tonight, 54-6, the final in that one. But congratulations to the Coyotes, our North Lee County neighbors, for a great season. Of course, they were the defending champs. So their season begins and ends in Magdalena. So Lovington now with the football, their first possession of the second half. Hand it off and just right up the middle and still coming. Is that Weiser? Going to wind up with about 4 yards.
There's such a scrum around him. Yeah, it is Weiser.
So I thought it might have been. I thought I recognized the running style. Weiser picks up 4, and it'll be second down and 6. 8:39 to go here in the third quarter. Lovington going to try and eat some clock, leading 14-0. They can afford to just be calm and patient and very methodical. The clock is their friend.
They just have to keep moving the chains.
Weiser will stay in. He'll be on the right shoulder of Aranda. Katz moving left to right. Fake the handoff. Ashton keeps it himself. Sutter step. He's up to the 30-yard line before a couple of Rams converge and bring him down. So it's going to be an 8-yard pickup on the keeper for Aranda and move the chains. First down, Cats. And the stop going to be made. The initial hit put on by Abram Lopez. The big nose guard, Emmett Size, I think also getting a part of that one. So right at the 30, first down and 10 for the Wildcats. Their 8th first down of the ball game. Sorry, let me adjust the camera a bit. No deep back in the ball game. Still a one-receiver set for the Wildcats from the 30. Pitch it far side. Weiser gets a block, crosses the 30, a little stutter step up to the 32 before he's slung down.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress, and they're going to spot it right there at the 32.
Yeah, 32, bring it out to the 33, so 3 yards officially for Weiser. So it'll be second down and 7 for the Wildcats. And he stayed in bounds, so that keeps the clock moving. And Lovington has really proven when the run game is efficient and effective, they can take the air out of the ball and just absolutely dominate time of possession. If they can keep it going, keep the chains moving, keep the clock moving, they could basically just run the clock out on Portales.
Just hang on to the ball. No fumbles and no big penalties.
Twins to the left, one to the right. 3 receiver set. Ashton keeps it himself. Block up the middle. Crosses the 35. Bounces away from one across the 40. And finally going to be spun down at the 42-yard line. Pick up a 9 for Ashton as he got hit big, but he gets the first down. Move the chains, Cats.
Yeah, it was a big hit. Zane Mayberry came in, and Ashton
Did
not
somebody get
happy about the way.
The number of that truck was number 11, if anybody needs to know. I think just good hard football, but
yeah, there was no penalty. It was just
so it'll be
just
first
emotions.
Yep, first and 10 for the Wildcats from the Lovington 42-yard line as they are sucking the clock down as 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go and still moving. Trips to the left, but they're bunched up tight. Single receiver to the right. Aranda with it, rolls left, looks left. Now is going to be flushed, has to come back, rolls against the grain, still looking. Flips it over the top, trying to get Olguin, and he does inside the 40, down at the 32-yard line. Move the chains, first down Wildcats, but a flag on the play. This one's coming back on a hold. Holding on Lovington, and so that one broke down, and Ashton buying time with his legs. It'll wipe out that'd be 10, 22-yard gain, and instead it'll be first down and 20. 60 yards on 6 penalties against the Cats, so it'll be first and 20 as that moves them back. But that was a fantastic pitch and catch from Aranda to Olguin.
Yeah, it certainly was. And Olguin really had to fight for that ball. There was good coverage all over him.
Yes, there was, as on him was Braden Beck on this that wasn't Beck. That was Xavier Tarpeth, number 13, on him on the near side. So it'll be first down and 20 for the Wildcats. 6:09 remaining in the third. They lead by 2 scores, 14-0. Twins left, Twins right. Aranda claps the hands, gets it. 3-step drop, throws it underneath, has a man across the 40.
That's Anson.
And to the 42, so Anson Marquez, his first catch of the night. It is good for right at, we'll call it a 9-yard completion to Marquez. So that'll give him 102 through the air. That's Aranda, 102 through the air. So now it'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock continues to move. Hey, if they'll let you have that little underneath pass, that little curl underneath, I take it all night. And they have left that open. Lovington goes twins left, single receiver to the right, keep an extra tight end in the ball game. Aranda waits for it, just 3 men across the front. Fake the handoff. Ashton keeps it himself, is hit in the backfield, and just is going to fall forward and is going to wind up with about a yard, maybe 2 officially out of it. 3rd down and 9 for the Cats.
Yeah, Manny Chavez sniffed that out and came right after him. The Portales D saw that one coming.
So 3rd and 9, important for Lovington to, I think, get the 1st down here. As a late check into the ball game, that's going to be Josh Carrasco, I think, bringing the play in. As checking out will be Marcus Henderson. So on a 3rd down and 9 for the Wildcats, under 5 to play, 3rd quarter, 14-0, Lovington in the lead. Trips left, single receiver to the right is Garcia. High snap, Ashton with it, and flags everywhere. That'll be false start on Lovington, I've got to think. Normally when they whistle it dead, it's false start, and it will be false start on the Wildcats. So that'll make it 3rd and 14 now. But we talked about shooting themselves in the foot, and they kind of did there.
Well, one thing, Lovington really didn't let the penalties stop them in the first half. It certainly, it definitely slowed them down. But if they can overcome this and get a first down out of this, then that's again, not only is it the first down, it keeps their offensive drive going, but it's huge psychologically for both teams.
Yes, it is. So 3rd down and 14. Aranda from the shotgun. He runs the trips near side this time. Ashton claps the hands, has it. He's going to roll near side, looks under pressure, pump fake, throws it underneath, and in and out of the hands of 2 receivers as Gonzalez and also Garcia. Gonzalez and Garcia, not sure who it was intended for. It winds up being incomplete, and so it'll be 4th down and 14. I've got to think punt time for the Cats.
Yeah, the special teams on the field.
So special teams will come out onto the field. And can you catch the number of our punter, Dawn?
Yeah, it's 35.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 85. And I'm like, we don't have an 85. So Jose Ornelas, okay.
Ornelas.
I got time for me to go get my glasses checked. So Jose Ornelas to punt it away. Bad snap, and it is going to be blocked, and it is in the air, and it is fielded in the air, and it'll be a touchdown. A blocked punt turns into a touchdown for the Portales Rams. Special teams come up big for the Rams. And let's catch that young man's number. That is number 12. That is Zach Radloff with the punt block touchdown. And Portales is now back in the ball game.
Well, it took them two quarters and, almost more than half of the third before they got on the board. Now let's see if Lovington can just hold them to this.
So now the point after to come from Manny Chavez. Good snap. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And just like that, Portales gets a break. And with 4:10 remaining in the third quarter, Lovington 14, Portales 7. We're back in a minute on Z94 KZOR. A punt block turns into a touchdown as Radloff will field a blocked punt in the air and then takes it in 31 yards for the Portales touchdown. So it's disaster for the Wildcats. The Offense will get the ball back, though, and now they need to answer with Don Morgan field side. I'm TJ Miracle. Sanchez to kick it away as he will do another short kickoff. And on the run, picking it up
Weiser
is Weiser at the 20. Brings it up to the 25, to the 27, out to about the 28-yard line. And, Dawn, you said kind of an unintentional punt block there almost.
Yeah. The Lovington player was, was tackling one of the Portales players. I didn't catch the number, and the ball actually bounced off of his back, and it was picked up in the air
by Radloff, and he took it in.
And he was actually, kind of going in the same direction. I mean, it was just a fluke.
So 14-7, but sometimes flukes can change fortunes, and that's not what the Cats want to have happen here. They still have the lead, but now they need to answer. Empty set in the backfield. Aranda and company back out on the field, and flags fly. And offsides on Portales is the initial signal, and it will be offsides on the Rams. I think they lined up offsides, but we'll take it. First down and 5 for Portales. That's just their 4th penalty of the ball game for only 30 yards, as opposed to 7 and 65 for us.
It happens at a good time. It's not huge, but it puts a little sting in there. It takes a little pressure off of Lovington and sort of dampens Portales just a little bit.
5 receiver set with trips to the right side. Lovington moving from the north to the south. Empty set in the backfield. Ashton with it. Waits. Throws the screen to Olguin, but he's hit behind the line, and they're going to give him forward progress back to the line. But so it is a completion, but it is for no gain as Portales is playing fired up. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Yeah,
now they're going to give him 1 officially, so 2nd and 4. First catch of the night for Alec.
It was Lopez and Dunner who came across really fast and got Olguin before he could get anything going.
So 2nd down and 4. Going to go a modified eye in the backfield, both on the right shoulder. Make that the left shoulder of Aranda. Ashton fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, goes to the left side, and will skip out of bounds after he crosses the first down boundary. So move the chains, first down Cats. It'll be a pickup of 6 for Ashton. 10th first down of the ball game for Lovington.
Get what you need. Keep the chains moving.
That's what you want to do. 3:16 to go in the third. Has become a very interesting ball game. 14-7. Special teams and defense have so far been the story. So 1st and 10, ball at the 38-yard line. Cats still inside their own territory. Modified eye in the backfield again, both on the left shoulder. Twins to the right side in a 3-receiver set. Good snap. Hand it off near side, and nothing doing there. Is coming through out of the middle of nowhere and up and barking as he gets up is number 52, Nehemiah Yorfie. As he got, let's see, was that Weiser? Knocked him down behind the line for a 4-yard loss. And so now it'll be 2nd down and about 14. Yorfie looked like he knew exactly what the play call was before Lovington did. So now 2nd and a long 13, short 14. Twins left, Twins right. Lovington can't afford to stall out here. Fire it, throw the little underneath to Olguin. He's got it to the 40, 45 to the 50, inside Portales territory to the 45-yard line. Move the chains, first down, Wildcats.
Beautiful spin move, bottom about 3 extra yards before number 25 could wrap him up and take him down. That was the stop was made by Espinosa.
So it'll be 21 yards into Portales territory. Move the chains, first down, Wildcats. 2:21 to go here in the third quarter. Lovington trying to find a little spark here to answer a touchdown as Olguin will check out.
And 26, Rivero goes in.
Rivero will check in. Rivero just a freshman, seeing important minutes in this season. Trips left, 1 to the right. Single back in the backfield this time for the Wildcats. On the move, up by 7. Back to pass. Aranda. Pump fake near side. Comes near side. Complete to Gonzalez. And we're going to have a whistle sound before he even went down. So it'll be a pickup of 3 to Angel, his 2nd catch of the night.
There was a lot of time back there for Aranda, so it's going to be a holding.
I didn't see a flag on the play.
I think maybe it was just a marker that went down.
Yeah, I think
everything's fine, yeah.
I think what the officials did on that is they know that this game is getting pretty intense on the emotional side. So as soon as the momentum was stopped by Angel near side, when he got hit on the near side there by number 13 Tarpeth, I think that's when they said, okay, let's break him up. So 2nd down and 7 after the 4-yard gain. Stick it in the gut, but keep it himself. Aranda spin move, crosses the 35 and stretches out, or rather to the 40, stretches out to the 38-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 3 for Ashton. Now 52 rushing yards on 13 carries for Aranda, and it's 3rd down and call it 3. Under a minute to play here in this quarter. This will probably be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So 3rd down and an important 3. Lovington moving inside Portales territory at the 38-yard line. Lovington will have to run one more play in this quarter. Trips to the left, single receiver right. Deep back is Ochoa. Waiting on it is Aranda from the pistol formation. Hard count, and Portales jumped. Yep, we're going to have offsides on Portales, I've got to think. And will it be, yep, it will be false or offsides on Portales. Their 5th penalty for 35 yards and move the chains. 1st down Cats, their 12th first down. You'll take the freebie any way you can get it. So the 25-second play clock will start. Lovington will have it 1st and 10. Move it inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. As we've got a train coming through in the south end zone. Greyhound Stadium built right on the tracks here. I do much prefer this one to the old Blackwater Draw Stadium, even with the train rumbling through. Twins left, Twins right. Cats with a 1st down inside Portales territory. Good snap, Ashton with it. Back to pass, has time. Now he's going to come near side, just going to tuck it, take it himself. Crosses the 30, tiptoes the sideline, and is going to be out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Call it a pickup of 6 for Aranda, and it'll be 2nd down and 4. Stepped out of bounds with 19 seconds remaining here in the quarter. Give him 7 officially, so 2nd down and 3. 59 rushing yards on 14 carries for Aranda. So ball going to be spotted at the 26-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Twins left, single receiver to the right side from the near hash mark. Deep back is Ochoa. Send a man in motion right to left. That's Carrasco. Good snap. Hand it to Ochoa. Goes left side and just bulls forward and crosses the 25 down to the 24-yard line. Going to be close to the 1st down. It'll all depend on the spot. And they're going to say just shy, so a 2-yard pickup. And it'll be 3rd down and less than a yard as the gun sounds on the 3rd quarter. We'll flip ends and go to the 4th. It's going to be a good one. Don't miss it. Lovington 14, Portales 7. Back for the 4th quarter in 1 minute on Z94 KZOR Hobbs Lovington. Back for the start of the 4th quarter. Lovington leading Portales in this district championship game 14-7, and they are on the march. With Don Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle high above Greyhound Stadium here in Portales. Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. 3rd down and less than a yard for the Wildcats from the Portales 24-yard line. Trying to get that touchdown they lost back. Hand it off and just up the middle, and not a lot of room, but enough as Cameron Ochoa will get slung around and spun down after a 2-yard gain, but it's enough to move the chains. 1st down Wildcats.
Yeah, a nice little patented Ochoa run, just gutsy, and he gets what he needs.
Needed less than a yard, winds up with 2. From the 22-yard line, first down and 10, just outside the Al Pharmacy red zone. Going to be, no matter the outcome of this one, a very interesting Al Pharmacy postgame show, too. Lovington going to come out, Twins left, Twins to the right. First and 10 from the Portales 22. Up by 7 and trying to march it in to get the touchdown back. Send a man in motion, and they'll give it off to the motion man. That is Weiser, who's hit behind the line and is going to be brought down. They're going to say back at the 22. So Ryan, no gain on the end around. And a Portales Ram near side, slow to get up. He is up and off under his own power. That's Rigoberto Olguin.
Weiser's going to come out, and Ochoa goes back in.
So it'll be second down and 9 officially. Ball spotted at the 21, so give Ryan a 1-yard gain. Lovington, again, can afford to just take their time, but I think they have to score on this. They have to make this a 2-score game again, Dawn, even if it's a field goal. They're well within Contreras' range now, but you'd much rather have the touchdown. Twins left, Twins to the right. Send a man in motion. That is Ochoa from the right to the left. Ooh. And, I think we're going to have a false start. And we're in we've got an illegal formation. Man in motion as not getting stopped in time. So Lovington moving backwards here. So the illegal formation on Lovington. So that'll move them backwards. Second down and 14.
So it's going to be Reyes who comes off. I didn't see who went in.
When you send a man in motion, you've got to be sure that they are stopped. Ochoa was in motion. Yeah, you can't have a man moving when the ball snaps. So now they're going to split out. Trips to the right, one to the left. Olguin in the near slot. So second down and 14. Good snap. Fake the handoff. Aranda to pass. Backside pressure coming. Throws it across his body. Puts up a wounded duck. Olguin with it in the middle of the end zone. 6 on the board. Touchdown Wildcats. 26 yards to Alec Olguin. I don't know how they lost him, but they did. And Aranda puts it up and into the breadbasket. And the Cats get the touchdown back.
Yeah, there actually was some coverage on him, but Olguin is quick. He turned around and and got the ball, hung on to it.
153 through the air for Aranda. The point after to come. 21-7 is the score. Contreras out of the hold of Olguin to try and put Lovington back up by 14. And the kick is up and sails into the night air, but dinks off of the goalpost. That could wind up being big as coming down the stretch. But Lovington gets the touchdown back, stretches it back to a 2-score game. Lovington 20, Portales 7. Back in 1 minute. This is Wildcat football on KZOR. "26-yard strike from Ashton Aranda to Alec Olguin. The point after, no good, but with 9:56 remaining in the fourth quarter, Lovington back up by 2 touchdowns. 20-7 is our score. Back here in Portales, welcome to it. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Greyhound Stadium. Dawn Morgan patrols Al Whitehead Field, as the field is named. So Contreras to kick it away. As Lovington's defense, it's their turn to come out and shine. As the kickoff, the high end over-ender, and that one will be fielded back at the 5, bringing it up to the 10, to the 15, out to the 20, and Lovington's special teams converging on the return man. That was, I believe that was that Cordova? I believe that was Cordova, so he's going to get it back to the 20. First and 10, that's where Portales will have it with 9:51 remaining in the ball game. If you're Portales, they've got to start thinking about scoring pretty quickly, Dawn.
Yeah, and, you watch for the big play. They've got some ground to make up, and that missed point after gives them a little more hope than they would have had.
And the big play probably going to go to Mayberry, so keep an eye on him. High snap, it's handled. They're going to hand it off to Radloff, and he's hit at the line. No gain. Good job by the Cats defense, hitting him, making contact, and then driving him backwards. It's a nice job again by the Wildcats. And the D, they have shut the running game down, but good.
Yeah,
just 23 rushing yards. That's all Portales has managed tonight.
Knock on wood there. Knock on everything here.
Yes, indeed. So 2nd and 10 from the 20. Single deep back in the backfield is Dean this time. High snap. They're going to throw the screen near side. It is complete to Lopez, and he's hit in the backfield. Nope. Ball popped out.
He just dropped it.
Yep, he drops it. I think maybe he heard footsteps coming because Alec Olguin was
motoring toward him, let's put it that way.
Alec may not be the biggest kid on the football field, but just the sheer momentum of as fast as that kid was moving would have hurt. So it'll be incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Clock stops with 9:06 to go here in the quarter. Portales on the board, but thanks to their special teams, their offense has had trouble getting things going tonight. Good snap. Culpepper back to pass. Wants it all down the seam, trying to get a man, and incomplete as in and out of the hands of his intended target down the field. Number 4, Dallas Lozano. Yeah, when they're on this side, I can usually see him, but good coverage for the Wildcats. Incomplete. And I'm thinking if you're Coach Ramirez here, Dawn, is it time to pull the fake punt out of your arsenal? Because your offense has had absolutely no luck tonight.
The only thing is, you're thinking if it backfires, then you're giving Lovington a chance to pick up the ball and score with it, or have really good field advantage. So it's a gamble. But do you win more than you lose with it? I don't know. By the way, down the field, a good coverage by Marquez and by Aranda.
Absolutely. So on to do the punting is going to be Diaz, and he will kick it away. And we should have illegal contact down the field, and Portales thinks Lovington touched it. I think it was because Lovington got bumped into the ball. If they did, it should be Lovington football at the 45. They're going to talk about it, and Portales says, are you kidding me? That was an illegal touch, a block in the back down the field that knocked the Lovington man into the football, and instead of being a penalty on Portales,
that's what Coach Gonzalez is talking to the ref right here, but I don't think he's going to get anywhere with it.
I'm just going to say, I'm not going to say anything. I have to talk to the NMAA on Monday anyway, so I would rather that not be part of the conversation. So Portales gets another special teams break, and they'll have it 1st and 10 in Lovington territory at the Wildcat 48-yard line on a questionable at best call. So Portales will have it 1st and 10 in Lovington territory from the big Greyhound.
Lovington's just going to have to just prevail here.
Now the defense can't get mad. You're right.
If they can, football karma will come back to them if they can manage to get the ball back in some way.
That's the broadcaster's job, is to get mad and hopefully not inflict the karma on our home team. It can inflict it on the home team. And really?
What are they saying
now?
The
white cap came in and said, nope, it needs to be 5 yards closer. And so they moved the ball inside the 45 to the 44-yard line.
They're going to say that's where the
recovery happened, I guess.
Happened,
All right. So near side, Culpepper to pass, throws it underneath. It is complete. And Tommy Lopez gets it, but he's not going to get anything out of it. Is Lovington. Great coverage as coming over to the near side. Brennan Garcia sliding down the line. It is complete, but it's no gain to Lopez, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. So Garcia in on the stop. Also coming over to help out was DeMarcus Thompson. So 2nd and 10. The defense just needs to keep doing exactly what they've done. 2nd down and 10 from the Wildcat 44 after a questionable special teams call. Trips to the right, one to the left. Culpepper high snap handles it, throws it across the middle, has a man, and it is, of course, it is Mayberry. He's got it. He's going to be down at the 21-yard line. It is a 23-yard catch by Mayberry, and it'll be a first down for the Rams. 136 through the air for Culpepper. Final score coming out of the Cave City tonight. Hobbs finishes up the season 9-1 with a 42-7 demolishing of the Cavemen. We got a much better one here tonight. Trips right, one to the left. Culpepper back to pass, looks, puts up a gimme ball, and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. That would have been a touchdown. It was going over the left shoulder. The receiver turned right, so incomplete, and so move it back down. Second down and 10. Lovington has dodged some bullets tonight, and now going to have to dodge another special teams miscue, even though I think that one may have been a little zebra-aided. But Portales keeps the drive alive, and it keeps eating time off the clock. 7 minutes, 42 seconds to go. Lovington 20, Portales 7. Winner is the district champ, and for sure will get the bye when the playoff seedings are returned on Saturday. Trips near side, and they are going to hand it off, coming to the near side, but not much room to run is the ball carrier. Let me see who comes up from the bottom of the pile with that one. As that's going to be Cordova, number 5, Caden Cordova. They're going to give him 3 on the play. Cordova, actually their second leading rusher on the season, but his first carry on the night. So it'll be 3rd down and 7, an important 3rd and 7 inside the red zone for the Rams. You got to know, though, they are going to go for it on 4th down, no matter what happens here. So up to Lovington to keep that from happening. Keep an eye on Zane Mayberry. He's going to the left side. I think I might keep 2 people on him. Looks like they're going to go man up on him. Rolling to the left is Culpepper looking. He fires and goes to the end zone, and he's got a man. Touchdown.
All wide open.
And who was that?
Absolutely.
Was that Beck or was that Mayberry?
That was, couldn't see.
As he comes back, I'll try and catch his number. He's slapping hands all the way back, and I don't blame him. It was a good throw and a good catch.
7?
That's actually Jacob Valencia.
Yeah, 7.
So
Jacob
Valencia,
7.
Yep, from 21 yards out. And Portales still very much alive with the point after to come. Snap is good, the kick is up, and it is good. And so with 6:50 to go in the ball game, Lovington 20, Portales 14. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is Wildcat Football on KZOR. seconds here on KZOR. Joke on the Kicks Morning Show. It's always a good idea, and it always helps to hit all the right buttons. I apologize for not hitting the right buttons on the stream just a minute ago. So if you're on Z94 KZOR, welcome, and we appreciate it. You are up to date. Our friends on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and the Lovington tab at HobbsAmerica.com. Lovington takes a timeout, leading by 6, 20-14. A big sack by the Cat defense, and DeMarcus Thompson has put this in a 3rd down and 19 situation for Portales. They trail by 6. The Cat defense needs to hold one more time. Empty set in the backfield for Culpepper. 3-step drop, has time. Pocket breaks down, throws it up the middle. Has a man. It'll be a 1st down as it'll be complete, as somehow getting free is Cardova. He needed 19. He gets 21, and it's another 1st down for Portales.
Oh, he did get hit right after he got it. It was a good
hit.
Aranda and Lozardo were both there.
Yeah, big hit, but it doesn't stop him from getting the 1st down. 4 minutes remaining in the ball game. A 6-point lead for Lovington. They have had trouble finding the offensive rhythm here in this second half. And Portales has gotten a couple of special teams gifts that's kept them in it. Handoff and a flag inside. And the way they threw that one, I have a feeling this one is going to be a personal foul, and it will be personal foul face mask on Lovington. That is a bad penalty that will be an automatic 1st down for Portales, their 10th of the ball game, and it moves them 15 yards up. Lovington needs to take a deep breath here. They've got to find the energy. So the personal foul face mask. There was a face mask earlier in the game against Portales. It was not the personal foul variety.
It was the incidental kind.
So that'll move it all the way to the 45 inside Lovington territory. It's deja vu all over again. After the special teams official-aided turnover. Good snap to Paxton. He wants it all. He's going to go the seam this time down the left, and it is complete to Mayberry, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown from 45 yards out as he's barking at Lovington. No flag on the play, 45 yards.
Yes, there is a flag on the play. There is a flag back, midfield.
So, I think this will be a hold, and the lineman is complaining to the official. Go ahead and flag him too while you're at it. And it will be holding on Portales. Wipe the 45-yard touchdown off the board. But somehow Mayberry split his defenders and got down there. I do like that they put 2 on him that time, though. They did what I asked them to do.
They were both looking over their shoulder, and they still just could not get to that ball to keep it from getting into Mayberry's hands. But right now, and that was big number 73. That was Manuel Aranda, who had the official's ear, I think, a few seconds longer, and he would have gotten flagged.
And the Boo Birds are out here on the home side of the stadium. Yeah, welcome to the club, kids. So 3:42 to go. It'll be 1st down, and happened well behind the line of scrimmage. 1st and 25. For Portales. Keep an eye on where Mayberry is. He's on the left side. Culpepper rolls left, throws it underneath, has a man in the flat at the 50.
Is Mayberry.
Gee, big shock. So that'll be a 10-yard completion to Mayberry. I don't mind writing 10 down. I like that a lot better than 45.
He's a little slow coming up. He got hit kind of hard. He's limping.
202 now through the air for Paxton Culpepper. 103 of those to Mayberry. And so Mayberry is going to have to hobble off.
Yep.
So it'll be 2nd down, and wow, they're going to give him forward progress, another couple of yards, so make it 12-yard completion. And so now it'll be 2nd down and 13. But Mayberry having to come off the field. a little bit hobbled. I bet he doesn't stay out long. 3:14 to go in the ball game. Culpepper from the shotgun. Throw the screen near side. It is complete with a blocker. And across the 40 and getting out of bounds is Lopez. So Lopez is going to pick up 10.
And a flag. Yep. I think there was something said.
I think that I think there was some stuff going on.
Some taunting.
I have a feeling it's going to be a 15-yarder on us. It could go either way.
I saw there was talk, but I did see the Portales player.
Personal foul. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on Lovington. The Cats need to settle down. Portales is going to do anything they can to bait them. That is 100 penalty yards exactly on the Wildcats, and it's a first down for Portales automatically.
The Portales player turned around and shouted as well, gave as good as he got on that.
But it's Lovington that gets flagged. So 15 yards. So that'll move it all the way to the 25-yard line. 2:51 to go in the ball game. Lovington clinging into a 20-14 lead. So from the 25-yard line, mark it at the 24 officially for Portales. They'll have it first down and 10.
And I think Mayberry is still off the field, right?
I do not see him.
Well, no, he's over. He's over here on the left.
All right. Twins left, Twins right. Rolling to that left side, looking for Mayberry. Throws it across the middle and almost picked off. Is right into the hands of Hagen Lozardo. If Lozardo holds on to that one, it's the W for the Cats. Instead, it'll be incomplete and second down.
And it was so close. He had that in the breadbasket, but because he was crouched at an angle, it just made it, I think, so hard for him to be able to close it and hold it, hang on to it.
So now it'll be second down and 10. And, yep, they're going to split Mayberry out by himself to the left side. Wherever he goes, put somebody underneath him and over the top of him. See if you can jump that route. So second down and 10 with trips receivers to the right. Mayberry going to get the play change in as they check their wristbands from the near hash mark. 4 receivers set. Culpepper, high snap, handles it, rolls near side, throws it underneath, and he has a man at the 15-yard line. That'll be complete to... Trying to catch the number.
Number three.
Number 3.
Braden Beck.
So Beck with the completion, and it is good for 8 yards. So now it'll be third down and 2. 2:12 through the air for Culpepper, an important third and 2. From the 15-yard line, make it the 16 officially. Clock moves with 2:15 remaining in the ball game. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Lovington showing blitz, and whistle's going to sound, and timeout going to be taken by Portales. A little confusion on what they want to do. 2:03 to go in the ball game. We've got a good one. Lovington 20, Portales 14. Don't miss a minute. We're back in 30 seconds on KZOR. Back here in Portales, it'll be third down and about 1.5 yards for the Rams. They trail the Cats by 6, 20-14. I'm TJ Miracle, high above Greyhound Stadium, Don Morgan Field side. 4 down territory here for Coach Ramirez. A back-and-forth battle. Lovington winning the first half so far. Portales winning the second. Empty set in the backfield. Culpepper is the quarterback. Waits on the snap. Lovington just waits as he's going to run it himself. Crosses the 15 and down to the 14-yard line. Should be close to the first down. They've announced the first down. I don't know why they haven't signaled the first down yet. Let's wait until they spot it and signal it at least.
I don't know. DeMarcus Thompson was the one who brought him down from the back.
And they're going to call timeout. They're going to measure this one. So it's going to be close. He needed about 1.5 yards. Lovington's defense did a nice job inside, bringing him down. They're going to put the ball the nose a little over the 14. From my angle up here, Don, it's hard to tell
Yeah, it's impossible for me. It's so close. I
think he's got it, but
maybe got it by about half the football length.
Yeah, maybe.
Possibly. We'll see. I hope he doesn't. Let's hope he doesn't.
Well, they'll go for it on fourth down anyway.
Sure.
But so waiting as they stretch the chains.
Short. I think it.
No,
it's
he's
just,
got it. He's
just
got
by
it by
nose.
the length of the football.
By the nose, yeah. Nope, just by the nose.
So the nose of the football, and that's the 12th first down for the Rams. So now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Under 2 minutes to play in the ball game. Lovington hanging on to a 6-point lead. The defense played magnificently in the first half. Have played magnificently until the blocked punt that turned into a turnover, and we won't get into that again. But they've played a whale of a game. They need to suck it up. They need to find one more big stand. 1:55 to go. Lovington up by 6, but Portales on the march. Trips left, one right. Good snap. Hand it off. Going left side, and nothing doing for Caden Cordova.
Back to the line of scrimmage, basically, I think, is what it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard, and so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Field goal won't do it here. At some point in the next about 30 seconds, they're going to have to start shooting end zone. We are under 90 seconds to play. And keep an eye on Zane Mayberry.
Yep.
But don't let him be the one that beats you. They've got other weapons. Rolling left. Pressure comes, and Culpepper going to be sacked back at the 19-yard line. Huge sack for the Wildcats. They needed it, and they got it.
That was Herrera.
Valentina Herrera. 7-yard sack, 4th of the night for the Wildcat D. And that was a biggie. We are under a minute to play, and it's 3rd and 14, and timeout going to be taken by the Rams. We'll keep it right here and say a big thanks to Now Pharmacy, Devon Energy, Lovington Auto Supply, the Lovington Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Bob Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Man Welding, and Stone Oilfield Services. This has been the heavyweight fight, Don, and we talked about it, a tale of two halves. Not what we wanted, but it's pretty much what we've gotten.
Yep, and that's exactly, the situation here. 55 seconds left on the clock.
Yep,
55.2 actually.
And a quick note, Dawn, I'm showing one bar on your microphone.
Really quickly, I'll switch off and change that out.
All right, 55 seconds on the clock. Lovington leads by 6. Could a missed extra point be the difference? 20-14 is the score. Zane Mayberry from Paxton Culpepper has been the big hookup tonight. They have 105 combined. Twins left, Twins right. Tied into the ball game for extra protection. On 3rd down and 15, Culpepper comes underneath, and the ball is tipped at the line and knocked down. And so now it'll be 4th down for the Rams. The Cat D gets a hand on it. Angel Sanchez, I think, put the paw on it. So now Portales is going to have to go. They can get a 1st down, but if you're Lovington, I am lining timeout. If you're Lovington, I am lining everybody up along about the 5-yard line. I'm putting 5 guys at the 5 and 6 guys on the goal line and saying, we'll let you have the 1st down, but you ain't getting the touchdown. So 4th down and 14 is the situation, but on a 4th down inside the Lovington red zone, 52 seconds to go, Portales has got to be thinking Mayberry in the end zone.
Somehow, someway, that's their go-to. That's who they've chosen almost every time. So it'll be interesting to see. Do they go with something else because they know Lovington is expecting that?
Well, and just a quick note, Mayberry's done the most damage, but Tommy Lopez also has 50 yards tonight, and their touchdown actually came to Jacob Valencia. And I don't think Valencia had caught 3 balls all year.
So they may try that again and just
you've got to have good coverage. Mayberry is over on the left side. This booth is not big enough for me to pace in. I am wearing a hole in the carpet.
No, but over here with him is Tommy Lopez.
Trips to the right, 2 to the left. Their 2 best receivers are on the left side. Out of the timeout. Last Portales timeout. Culpepper back to pass, looking, pressured, sacked, he is down at the 20, the Cats defense does it again! The sack coming up, Angel Sanchez, and that will seal it for the Wildcats. 5th sack of the night, and the Cats will hold on. Holy cow! To quote the late, great Keith Jackson, whoa, Nelly.
The 45.5 seconds on the clock, though. This game is not over.
Just kneel it down. Portales is out of timeouts and call it the win. The defense, 2 sacks in a row. So now Lovington can go into victory formation and call it a night. This one was not easy, but Lovington will be the district champs. Aranda from the shotgun. Gets it, kneels it. Right move. I hate to write these down in the books.
Loss of yardage, but we'll take it.
Yes, we will. And he will have to kneel it down one more time. The 5-yard kneel down. And Lovington will be back-to-back district champs for the first time since 2011. 11 long years.
You talk about just
oh, my goodness.
Defense coming up.
Huge.
Exactly when they had to.
Aranda going to take it and take it down again. I don't mind writing those down because Lovington will be victorious with 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the Wildcats have repeated as the 4-4A district champions and now should be in the top 4 for sure come playoff time with the bye. Next week, we are going to have a lot to talk about in your Now Pharmacy postgame show, and I can hardly wait for our Bob Swiftway coaches conversation. I am going to catch my breath, and we'll be back in 3 minutes for your Now Pharmacy postgame show on Z94 KZOR. Welcome to your Now Pharmacy postgame show from here at Greyhound Stadium. Now Pharmacy, your longtime pharmacy, hometown-owned, hometown folks right there in Lovington for over 75 years. Great supporters of Lovington Wildcat Athletics. I'm TJ Miracle, Don Morgan fieldside as the Cats victorious tonight. Our final, it was not a comfortable one, 20-14, and a huge sack at the end. The last of 5 sacks tonight. Angel Sanchez preserves the victory for Lovington, 20-14. Of course, waiting on the coach's conversation, and the Cats are the the district champions. We'll start with the numbers for the Rams. Paxton Culpepper tonight, 12 of 27, 212 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 INTs. No big surprise. His favorite target, Zane Mayberry, he had 5 catches for 105 yards. The touchdown he threw, though, went to Valeri for 21 yards. Lovington pretty much shut down the run, only 11 yards rushing tonight for Portales. 212 through the air, 11 on the ground, means 223 total yards for Portales tonight. They were whistled 6 times for 65 yards. No points in the first half, 7 in the third, 7 in the fourth. That's how they get to their 14. And they had 12 first downs. And Radloff had a huge punt block return for the touchdown. As I think I'm going to take a 30-second timeout, Max, as we are still on the air doing the post-game show here, Don, and so not sure if you can't hear me anymore.
I can. If the video is playing on my phone.
Oh, okay. Bill, I don't know why that would be. So, Max, we're dealing with technical issues. So, Max, go ahead and give me another give me a 1-minute timeout, please. 1-minute timeout while we work on some tech. This is Wildcat football. Technical issues worked out here as we prepare to talk to Coach Gonzalez after the Cats victorious tonight, 20-14. Ashton Aranda finishes up the night, 12 of 23, 153 and 1 touchdown. That a 26-yard strike to Alec Olguin. No interceptions on the ground. Ashton Aranda, 18 carries, 53 yards. Should be 63, but those kneel downs at the end. He was only sacked once tonight. Cayman Ochoa led the way, 10 carries, 66 yards, including the big touchdown. So cumulative 302 yards
Ashton?
tonight
for
Ashton,
the
302 yards for the Wildcats, 153 through the air, 149 on the ground. And Bob Thriftway, coach's conversation, I have a feeling, is a quarterback's conversation.
Well, I've got coach and the quarterback right here. That's okay, man. Congratulations, Ashton and coach. Huge win. How's it feel, Ashton?
It feels amazing. It's wonderful.
What did you think going into that last play right before the sack? What were you thinking?
We just had to make a stop. Our defense is capable of doing it too.
And they did. So congratulations. Nice game. And what do you feel about being district champion again?
It feels amazing.
All right, moving on. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Coach, congratulations. What'd you just tell your team?
It's just an unbelievable story. And we talked about it in the coach's office on Wednesday. We knew in this game right here that there was going to be adversity for both teams. And it happened for us in the second half. But it was going to be dependent upon who responded better to adversity. And at the end of the day, we ended up responding better to adversity than they did.
You had several plays that went against you, calls that went against you. You guys had to really keep it together. How'd you manage that?
It just, I think it's a culmination of what's taken place earlier in the year. I mean, nobody has been through as much adversity than this football team, games 1 through 7. And as hard as that was to swallow at the time, the reason we were able to be successful tonight was because of what those kids did 1 through 7. And that's simple.
Survival made them tough.
They never rattled their cage. They just come on, let's play another play. And at the end of the day, make a great big-time sack to end the football game. First time we've been able to line up in victory and kneel it out and run out the clock. Just unbelievably proud of our football team.
Yeah, incredible. District champions, moving on. You'll have a bye in the first round of the playoffs and then home game, I'm sure. So just amazing. And is it going to be one of those, yes, I was right moments right here about putting the schedule together that you did for this team?
You know what? I think, everything that happens is for a reason. And again, the good Lord put us as a team through a whole lot of things this football season. And when we took a step back as a team before we started 2-a-day practice back in August, we put our schedule up in 3 spots. And so non-district, district, and then playoffs. And those kids have set goals for themselves in each part of the schedule. And so they went through a lot of things early on, especially losing those games. People tell them they can't get it done. They're not the same team as they were a year before. And they just eliminated the noise, and they kept playing. They kept playing for each other. And, I think it's reaping the benefit right now for us.
All right, so moving forward, you guys deserve to live in the moment for a while here and kind of bask. But then you got to buckle back down and look ahead. And what do you think the scenario will be?
Oh man, it's crazy. It's with all the point system and how this, that, and the other. I mean, really, we're us as a football team and a football program. We're behind the 8 ball just because teams are going to have more wins than we do. They're going to have the opportunity against the district champ. We don't. And so it is what it is. At the end of the day, I don't have any control over that. And so we're just going to enjoy this moment right here. And then we'll see how it lines out tomorrow evening.
Huge sack by Angel at the very end. You guys were, again, without on Dallas Cardenas in this game tonight. Moving forward, do you think you'll have him back for the next game?
I just thinking about it this morning and just visiting with him all week long. I mean, it crushed him not being able to be out here and be with his football team. The good thing about it was Cameron was back. And so, and then Ryan Weezer did an outstanding job in the backfield as well. I tell you what, Dallas is a sophomore, Cameron is a sophomore, Ryan Weezer is a sophomore. So having those 3 guys back there, I mean, I think we missed a little bit of punch, a little bit of speed because we didn't have Dallas. But those 2 cats right there behind our offensive line, they did an outstanding job of cramming it in there and extended drives. We were able to run the clock there in the second half. But
it was important.
Absolutely. So moving forward, having Dallas back and those 3 guys back there, it's a pretty nasty combination.
Yeah, well, again, congratulations. Huge win. You, your coaches, the team, enjoy, and whatever comes next, we'll be there, and I know you guys are going to bring your best. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Don Morgan, our Bob Swiftway coaches conversation with Coach G. Of course, always thanking Coach G for spending time with us after each and every game, win or lose. So not much more to say about it. 20-14 the final. The Wildcats are victorious, and they are the district champs. And so now we will just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow night during the selection show. I have a feeling we're gonna get a bye. I hope so. We should be the 3 or the 4. Something tells me we may be the 4, and something tells me Portales may wind up being the 5, which would mean we play them in the quarterfinals more than likely. But, hey, we're not going to worry about that tonight. We're just going to celebrate a hard-fought 20-14 victory here in Portales. And with that, my friends, we will put a wrap on the regular season as it started a little rough for the Wildcats as they lose 6 in a row, but they've reeled off 4 consecutive wins, including in the big rivalry game against Portales tonight, to go 3-0 in district and claim the District 4 for a crown, 20-14. For Evie Stuber, And Max Carranza in studio engineering and producing. For Dawn Morgan Fieldside, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Greyhound Stadium. This has been an exclusive presentation of Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.